Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the Sword and Key Network. I don't know that we're necessarily a network. I think that words mean things. It's wonderful to have you here. Today we are playing a very special one-shot. We're very excited to have each and every one of you join us. Today is Oops, All Lycanthropes. It Takes a Monster. This is a charity one-shot benefiting Bat Conservation International, charity which was chosen by one of our fantastic players. So, of course, it is Spooky Month, and it's frickin' bats. You know, we love Halloween. But an even bigger deal than that is that it is our resident Spooky GM, Anniek's birthday. So we wanted to wish a very happy birthday to Anniek. And in addition, it's also our resident artist, Mykyl's birthday, but we said that yesterday during Horizon's call. So, yeah, joint birthday, weirdly enough. Two folks on the same channel. But Anniek themselves is a terribly spooky individual. Anniek is the player that chose Bat Conservation International. And we're very excited to be able to play this game since Vasily was taking a week off and do something kind of spooky for the month, spooky for the person. So from all of us, very happy birthday to the two of you. All that said, if you are able to, please donate to our Tiltify campaign posted in the chat momentarily to support some freaking bats. But as we go into our game, before we get to the game itself proper, I'm going to have these lovely people introduce themselves, a little bit about themselves, a little bit about their characters. Yeah, as the title would kind of point to, they are all a lycanthrope of one type or another. So, Anniek, you are top left corner, if you don't mind starting us out.
I would be happy to. Are we spilling what kind of lycanthrope we are right now, or are we leaving it a surprise?
I would leave that up to you. I don't think it's a terrible idea. I will say there are no werewolves, surprisingly enough.
There are no werewolves.
Nobody went basic on this. So yeah, I will leave it up to you. If you would like to hint at it as we go along, perfectly fine. If you want to toss all your coins out there, that's great too.
Hi, my name is Anniek, and I will be playing Lumna, a halfling paladin. Just an adorable, little, strong, oddly intimidating marshmallow, who is not a werewolf. And it's very easy to figure out what I am because I named myself after it.
There you go. Yeah, look up etymology, people. Thank you, Anniek. Alex, if you don't mind.
Shit, that's me. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. Today I will be playing Ash, the goblin rogue, who is a were-rat.
Fantastic. Okay. LD.
Oh, that's me. Hello. I just realized that on the overlay it says Allisynn and not Addison, which is totally fine because it's the same thing. So hi, I'm Lady Dame or LD. I'll be playing Allisynn tonight, who is shockingly, I know this is a huge surprise to literally everybody, that I'm going to be playing a were-fox.
Nobody saw it coming.
Nobody, not a single solitary soul.
Not from miles away. Mikyl.
Hi, I'm Mikyl, and I will be playing Mortis, Brightblade, and he will be a were-boar.
Absolutely. And last but absolutely not least, Eva, darling.
Hi, I'm Eva. I think I have all of my commands in before the game actually starts, so that's exciting. Exclamation point bats will also tell you more about the charity that we're fundraising for. I'm Eva, the other half of Sword and Key. I will be playing Summer, who is a gnome warlock were-crocodile. I don't mind saying what I am.
Warcroc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love portmanteaus. And hi everybody, I'm Derek Sword. I'll be your GM for this game. I'm your GM for other games too, but I'm very excited to have this particular group of people because I love and cherish every single one of them for this game. And yeah, we're all playing lycanthropes. None of us are playing werebats, but let me just say right now, bats are important to the ecosystem. They're important to the environment. They're important to our survival as human beings. Don't need to save some bats. They're not that scary. They're not coming after you. They're eating bugs. That's great. You hate bugs. Mosquitoes? Terrible. But bat food. Yeah. Think about that. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into our game then. So we will begin on the dirt road leading into the village of Nepatska. It is a small village very much on the outskirts of what could be considered proper civilization. The wagon wheels that you ride along struggle on the hard-packed dirt that has become even more unyielding as the days have turned colder. You are north, even farther north than the city of Thornwall, which is known for its harsh winters. And while it's not winter yet, the chilling air is clear even for you, who likely don't even notice temperature extremes as much as you did before your, let's say, conversion. People have grown suspicious of everyone, so you hear, even their neighbors, and suspect them of being things that they are not, or perhaps things that they are. You received, about a week ago, a letter from the mayor of Nepatska, a Mayor Vasily Whitewool, who requested your group's specific help in finding out what is killing their livestock. As you have kind of picked up, Nepatska kind of bases its economy on sheep herding, wool, sheep meat, all that kind of that trade. And something is coming in the night and killing off their sheep. And not always for foods. Sometimes it's leaving just bodies behind. So you all have been called in because your group's worst kept secret is that you are all lycanthropes. And the mayor suspects a lycanthrope, and as he writes in his letter, it takes one to catch one. So, we begin with you all in this wagon, heading into town. Nepatska has several buildings, several structures outside of its walls. Its walls themselves, these large tree timbers, which have been sharpened at the tops. And within, you can see that there's some buildings, some smoke pouring from a couple of chimneys here or there. Again, outside the walls, there's some smaller kind of farm structures as well. It's mostly an open plain that you kind of get the idea for sheep herding, with a tree line about, you guess, about 3 miles from the walls of the city itself. What are you all doing? If you'd like to describe yourselves and what you are doing on this wagon.
I would just like to point out I am absolutely not the one driving this wagon.
Noted, yes.
I am somewhere in the back. I really don't want to start innuendo this early on, but I'm probably polishing my mace.
Okay, yeah.
Anniek, please.
Noted.
I'm sorry! Proper weapon maintenance is something they teach you at the temple from a very young age.
We will note too that your cart is being pulled by a horse that has become used to the smell of predators always being around. As it can be kind of tough for lycanthropes also to find a steed or even a bovine to pull them around from time to time. So okay, so Lumna is polishing her mace. What is Summer up to?
Summer is, I think, just staring out at the passing countryside. Occasionally, if someone says something, probably has a snarky rejoinder. She is she's a gnome. She's got she's probably not wearing any armor at the moment just because they're traveling. and no one ever said she was the best prepared. But they have some loose-fitting, pretty colorful clothing, actually. No belt, just kind of like a little sash of fabric. I don't think the colors particularly go super well together. Garish, one might say. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since Summer is looking out, go ahead and we'll do our first roll. Go ahead and roll for perception.
It's a 3.
Okay. It's very misty. It's edging towards almost noon at this point, and like the early frost is evaporating and kind of creating this slight, what I have always heard called aptly werewolf fog, which is that fog that kind of just like hangs around down by the ankles that comes from like smoke machines. But it's a very low-lying fog, which seems to kind of hide certain patches of the field. Allisynn, what are you up to as the tallest member of your party?
So I think Allisynn is the one driving the cart. I'm pretty good with animals, really. All things considered. Also, as the tallest member of the party, I have the height advantage in case something goes wrong, Allisynn is compared to the rest of the party, is pretty dang tall. At this moment, she has sort of coppery hair with a white streak going through, because I don't have an imagination at 10 o'clock in the morning. But she is wearing like this studded leather armor that has a slight, shall we say, raspberry hue, one might say.
Ooh,
That's just for you, Anniek. And it is studded. The studs on this armor are like peak. They're pretty shiny. Like, she takes really good care of it because appearances are important, especially because people just get a weird vibe from her right off the bat. So she has to keep up appearances and things.
Absolutely.
And we're driving, we're kind of looking around, but mostly focused on making sure that the horses helping the horses navigate through the misty morning, evening, daytime, whatever time of the day it is,
Early morning or mid-morning.
Perfect.
Yeah. Also, I do note that thank you, Mayor, for the chaos donation. If none of you had seen already, there is incentives to your donations to help the frickin' bats. One of which is a chaotic lycanthropic event. So I essentially have in my back pocket a time when maybe a certain part of you turns animalistic. Maybe you sprout a tail. Maybe, you grow your boar tusks. Maybe you can only speak in fox. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. It will affect, we'll say, one person just to make it kind of not totally chaotic. Okay.
I will also just really quickly say thank you so much we're 17 minutes in and we just had to raise the donation goal, so thank you so much for supporting the bats.
Thank you, everyone.
We will do a giveaway at 200. I'm gonna find something cool to give away, something thematically appropriate, and we'll see where that takes us. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, if someone wants to donate $100, I will GM in the Dark Knight Batman voice for 5 minutes. Okay. Ash, what are you up to? And describe yourself. Yeah.
Sure. So that like one piece of black clothing in your wardrobe that is just like not as black as all of the other ones, just like deeply faded, not quite as dark as it should be to be called black, but like that's the only. There is a big mass of cloth and robe sort of in the back corner of the wagon that is too large for the small, spindly little goblin tucked inside. You can just barely see a pair of big, bright yellow eyes peeking out from this just small hill of robe that is covered in a variety of different patches and also different holes that seem as if something has been ripped off of the robe. Currently, I'm there, but nobody's home. Right now, I am looking at the environment from an owl's eye view as I look through the eyes of my familiar, a 3-foot-tall gray owl named Ember, and I'm sort of trying to get a vibe check on the city in front of us. Specifically, I'm trying to find out where are they actually keeping the sheep, how tall are the walls, and where are the entrance points into the town.
Definitely. Okay, well then with those owl stats, go ahead and roll for perception.
All right, sure thing. Owl stats. That's a +3 on perception. Let's go.
An owl vibe check.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my. Actually, I'm gonna roll first, but I might be using my advantage on this.
Okay.
That's a big old 6. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
That's 17 +3, 20
Okay.
total.
I was gonna say, do owls get advantage on perception checks? I know sometimes
They get. Oh shit, they do. So
There you
yeah,
go.
so I don't even need to use it. Yeah, advantage on.
There you go.
Thank you for reminding me. Advantage on sight and hearing.
Gotta love those familiars. Great. Okay. So from your owl's eye view, as it's kind of soaring above, you can kind of see like through the low-lying mist that that summer was otherwise obstructed by. You can see that there are these large open fields with these kind of rickety fences to them. The fences have been somewhat maintained, at least to keep sheep in, but they're wood. They come up maybe to the waist of an average human. They're not going to keep predators out. You can see interspersed, there are large herds of sheep that are kind of seem to be alternating in fields depending on the grass growth, and especially as we're getting close to winter, the grass is growing less and less. You can see within the sheep are often 2 humanoids. As you're kind of looking above, they have something in their hands. As kind of your owl eyes kind of zoom in a little bit. It's not the typical shepherd's crook that you would expect. They're actually carrying weapons. Not great weapons, like kind of very weathered halberds, but these are not your typical, teenage shepherd boy. These are adults who seem to be preparing for some kind of fight, and seem to try to be keeping their eyes out for stuff. Looking at the town itself, you can see that the walls are just about 20 feet high. Again, these big timbers that come to points at the top. The town itself is smaller than you would have imagined. There's only a few structures within. It seems like it's mostly like the businesses. There's a tavern. There's something that you can clearly tell is a blacksmith by sight and sound. And then within that is a secondary set of walls, which has a much larger building that you determine to be a residence, most likely the mayor's. So there are almost 2 gates that you would need to get through. Otherwise, those are the main entrances to the town. And as the owl kind of swoops around and kind of comes back behind the manor, you can see that there is a private walled-in field for the mayor's sheep, which has much more verdant grass to it and seems to be better maintained, better fences, and kind of this 1%er version of livestock caring. But everyone else in the field seems very much left to their own devices.
In that case, after sort of getting that vibe check, I will reach out these 2 little child-sized arms up to the sky through this massive robe, and the owl will come back down, and I will just hold on to this owl that is only 2 inches shorter than I am.
Fair enough. Okay, and finally, Mortis, if you would like to describe yourself and what you are doing.
Mortis is a short, stocky Durgar, much like a little thick boy, sitting next to Allisynn up front. His face is like really square. He has like a chiseled jawline and dark charcoal skin. but he has white dreadlocks that are pulled back behind his head, and he's wearing like a braided white cloth headband. His white goatee kind of comes down to like one solid knot, and he's got a obsidian septum ring, and it's fairly large. Larger than what his wide nose would normally have. It kind of falls down around his lip with an opal crescent moon in the middle. And he's wearing like a plate obsidian mithril armor. And on his stomach plate is a pair of eyes that are inlaid with opal and 7 stars that go around the eyes.
All right. And what is Mortis up to?
He's just kind of like looking out and humming, as this is probably a longer trip for him than his ADHD will allow. I'm just really wanting something to happen, willing something to happen.
And we should note, just for those of you who are not overly familiar with D&D lore, Duergar are a type of dwarf, so all short except for our half-elf, Allisynn. But Duergar are dwarves that live like even deeper than typical dwarves do, and have typically like grayish skin and white hair. Cool. Okay. Well, your cart wheels forward up to the first set of gates as determined by Ash. There are 2 guards standing there, which just kind of nonchalantly wave you through. They're wearing breastplates. They have boar spears, which kind of has like the T cross joint just below the point, but otherwise don't seem to be, overtly armed or decorated in any sort of way. This definitely isn't a town of deep wealth. And the cart moves forward as your appointment is at the mayor's manor. So you go further past a tavern with a hanging sign that reads The Black Sheep. There's again the blacksmith over to your left, the tavern to your right. A couple of their small buildings kind of tacked together, your standard general store, trading post. And then the secondary gates, which are closed before you, with a set of guards that are much more better armed, better decorated. They actually are wearing half plate at this point. They have shields. They have a sword at their side. They have full on, I can't remember the word. It's not a halberd. It's the axe thing. Actually, I think it is a halberd. Anyway, they have halberds too, but they're nicer. And they actually have the gates closed, and one of them puts his hand up to kind of stop your cart. Do you have invitation with the mayor?
Oh yeah, like totally. Who's got the invitation? We have the letter somewhere. Somebody else kept it, right?
I'll grab it out of my bag of holding, because I'm kind of assuming, since I have the bag of holding, that everyone just lets me carry their shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because that's how it always goes. Like the one with the purse has all the stuff.
Yeah.
All the phones. Yeah.
Yeah, I have everybody's phone. I have some random person's passport. I'm not sure where we picked it up. I'm not sure if we're ever giving it back.
No.
Fortunately, it's a bag of holding, so it's just a matter of reaching and thinking what I need. Is their gear cooler than mine?
Cooler? Nah. But, yeah. Because, I mean, you've got, like, Paladin Order kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Their stuff, and the reason yours is cooler is yours has actually seen combat of some type or another. These guys clearly just, like, wear this every day, and you can tell there's never been any action to weapon or armor. These guys do not get action. Yeah.
I'll nudge Mortis and share a little look at the wannabes, and try and wipe some of the judgment off my face before I hand over our invitation, as they call it.
Yeah, these guys only polish their mazes.
You really have to know how to work it in between,
Yeah, really gotta get the oil.
There you go.
For the bats.
For the bats.
For the bats.
The guard extends his hand, takes the invitation, and then kind of like eyes shoot over to Ash and this grayish black lump with an owl just perched on top, and kind of squints his eyes a bit, but then just walks back to his post. And the gates open to what Ash's owl saw from above is this very, sizable in the sense that it was almost the same size as the tavern and the blacksmith and one of the other shops, all kind of combined into one. It's a 3-story building that kind of sprawls out horizontally with surprisingly a lot of green leading up to it, with these like trimmed bushes and these like pools, which have started to freeze just a little bit. They're kind of in between freezing and melting, but this is a weird sign of opulence in an otherwise what you would consider low income kind of village. And the front doors, the double doors, are opened for you again by a similar set of guards to the gates. And an attendant comes to take the reins of your horse. And you are all escorted inside. Is there anything anybody's doing while we're going about this?
How juicy do the sheep look?
The sheep are around back, but you all have your lycanthropic kind of senses and everything. They smell juicy.
They smell juicy. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not like super rich, but at least they take care of their animals, which I appreciate.
Yes.
For many reasons. Some of them on the selfish side.
Again, the economy kind of hinges on sheep herding specifically, and judging by the mayor's last name, White Wool, you're kind of getting like the heavy sheep vibe, and this guy's sheep are the ones
you're using them as a sustainable resource. Yeah.
Weird that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantasy world, you know.
Oh my god.
Still though, juicy.
I don't understand. Does it look like we're on vacation? Why else would we be here?
Who are you addressing with that?
Just the group, because the guy asked if we were here by invitation. Like, why?
Also, if we weren't invited and we came here to like steal their shit, we wouldn't be coming through the front gate.
No.
It's true. We're like usually a lot sneakier than this. Like if you really wanted to mess up your stuff, but we don't. We're here to help, obviously.
Wait, you sneak?
Go. Mm-hmm.
I can if I wanted to.
There is no reason to sneak if I just kick in the door. Take us to where we need to go. Come on, let's go.
Do you know where we need to go?
He just storms off.
There's only like one building here. I'm sure it's fine.
I also I have to share my headcanon for what this looks like. So Allisynn is a party girl that's just kind of like talking like around her hips.
Yes.
And all of this.
yes.
So like at a certain point it looks like she's just talking to her feet, like if we were just to cut at the waist.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Completely.
Okay. So Mortis goes stomping off into the manor, let's say. Are the rest of you following?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I will.
I will go wherever Mortis leads because Mortis is really brilliant.
He always finds the party, you know?
Mhm.
And not the kind of party Allisynn usually attends, like the party with all the blood and decor.
I will let
Yes.
I will let my owl go. I won't bring them into the building, but I will sort of walk up to Summer and say, I'm excited to see Mortis kick in every door between here and the mayor.
I attempt to kick the door.
As you do, an attendant puts out a hand and kind of like points at your boots, which have just like a little bit of dirt on them, and goes, "Please wipe your feet, sir."
Is Ash having to like hold up the hem of his robe as he waddles around?
Kind of,
It
yeah.
definitely drags.
It's just
Yeah.
no. There's a bit of like carrying it, and there's also a bit of just like fucking Linus from Peanuts, and the blanket is just dragging, collecting dirt.
You can just get your owl to
They're perfect.
get your owl
They
to
are
hold it
so
up like a
perfect.
train behind you.
It's if Linus and Pigpen were also a goblin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, the image.
Watch your hand, laddie. I've taken plenty of those.
Very well, sir. And he opens the door for you. You may kick if you'd like.
He wipes his foot on the guard's foot, just on both feet, and waddles inside.
I look over to Lumna. That means they like each other, right?
I think so? It's hard to tell with Mortis. There's usually blood involved when he loves someone.
Yeah.
We're engaged. The guard and I.
It's a
It
poor
is
mating
Sunday.
ritual. Wipe your feet with the noses.
It's not a Sunday if
I was
Michael's
gonna
not
say,
engaged to half
every
the
Sunday.
NPCs.
To be fair, this is, I think, for the Sunday, this is his first husband rather than yet another wife. So we're improving. We're diversifying our spousal portfolio.
Very true. Very true.
Gotta catch them all.
Summer is going to just kind of march in behind Mortis. It's okay. We're here by invitation.
Of course. And again, the attendant, not a guard, just ushers you all inside. This unarmed individual.
I will, as I walk past him, I will stop in front of him, get uncomfortably close. Like, if I was tall enough, we'd be nose to nose, but I'm not, so I'm not sure how tall this person is, so I'm not sure where I'm looking, but I'm uncomfortably close. And I just sort of go, do not suggest that there is dirt on my feet. They are pristine. And I will show him every paw.
Very nice, miss. Yeah, so this is a town, we should say, of predominantly humans. If someone is otherwise, I will note as such. Okay.
I also know a lot of very short humans.
Like, you'll
Also
have
fair.
to, like, excuse some of them. We don't, like, hang out with people a lot, frankly. Like, we're mostly keep to ourselves. So, you know, we just have to kind of, like, go with it. You know what I mean?
Social skills, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, if you go through the second room there, the mayor is waiting for you.
Thank you.
You're all pointed through a sitting room, which I will note, Ash, just to kind of resolve our chaos here real quick. You all kind of notice this painting above the fireplace in this sitting room. It's this beautiful woman in this very nice gown. She has this kind of long blonde hair which is draped over her shoulder. And the painting is very nice. It seems to depict what you would assume to be the lady of the house, or perhaps someone, an ancestor of sorts. But one thing to note is that there is a full moon depicted behind her. And something in you, Ash, like, your human brain knows that's not a real full moon. Your rat brain goes, full moon. And there's this weird kind of conflict between you. So in the shawl and everything, kind of, you know, these two eyes poking out, you go almost full hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
So you've now got this tail, you've got little rat claws, you've got rat teeth, and you can still, you know, speak and comment and all that, but probably best to keep that similarly under wraps.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, because my hybrid form is a medium and my goblin form is small, I actually grow to, like, almost fit this robe now.
Okay. Okay. So all of you would kind of notice, like, Ash just goes and now is sizably larger. Like, we've I guess almost like a Skeksis in a way. Kind of hunched over under a robe.
You're spilling out. Cover it up.
I'm trying.
It's okay, Ash. It's okay. We're okay. Just, you might want to, like, not talk for a second while we're talking to this person.
Maybe stand behind Allisynn for a little bit.
Yeah, and that'll be for 15 minutes.
Gotcha. Sure thing.
I'm
As
still
you're
taller
trying to-
than Ash is at this point, I'm assuming.
Oh,
Yes.
no, almost certainly. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. It's okay. We got you.
Okay, so the mayor's room, the door is presented before you again. Another attendant opens it for you, And as you all walk in, you see sitting behind a desk with a large window behind him. Through the window, you can see these, as previously mentioned, juicy sheep kind of idling in the field behind him. And this is clearly his office.
Just a vision.
There's all these paintings on the wall also of sheep herding and, like prize sheep and little like blue ribbons here and there. There are bookshelves. You can see some of the titles are like sheep husbandry and caretaking, but then there's also like some history books as well, and some on like what we would consider like very rudimentary science.
Any cookbooks?
Yeah, sure. We'll say there's cookbooks as well on a couple of the shelves, especially focusing around lamb and sheep and that. And otherwise, yeah, wooden desk, kind of, again, finer than what you'd expect to see here. And sitting behind it is the man you presume to be Mayor Vasily Whitewool. He is a thin man. He has these very pronounced cheekbones and these dull gray eyes. He has this graying blonde hair that's receding even more prominently due to him slicking back as tightly as he can. He dresses in this mediocre finery. Like, you all have been to cities before, and you know what finery actually looks like. This is just like 2 steps below. It's like 3 seasons out of season. And he has these furs as well to kind of mix with the wool. So you can tell, he's still trying to look above his station, but isn't necessarily succeeding full on that. And he has a cane in his hands, and it seems to have this ram's head emblem on it that he's kind of tapping in his hand as you all enter. And next to him is a woman that you can only presume from the painting and from looking at Mayor Vasily is the daughter of the two. She seems to have gotten the better half of her mother's parentage. She still has the blonde hair and the pronounced cheekbones, but definitely is much more conventionally attractive for a human. And she is kind of standing there with her eyes facing downwards as all of you enter with her hands crossed in front of her. No chairs have been provided to you. And the mayor kind of looks up as you all come in, opens his hands, cane still in one of them. Welcome. It is so good to have you all here. I hope your journey went well.
Oh yeah, it was like totally fine. A little spooky, and then it was fun, and then it was kind of creepy and weird, but then it was fun again.
Okay then.
Always the optimist.
I mean,
So
no
I'd say
one died.
Mortis got a little bored, and that has to do with what Summer said. So
I see. Well, I've stopped caring. Yes, I have I brought you all here. As you know from the letter that I sent to you, because we have a particular problem in the town. Our livestock has been being slaughtered by something in the night. I do not know what. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just going to say, well, that like kind of sucks. Since it seems like your livestock is like what you guys kind of do around here.
It is our livelihood, yes. Yes, Nepatska is known for its sheep herding.
I hadn't heard of you.
Not many people have, but you have likely worn clothing with Nepatsk wool.
But how could you be known for something if we haven't heard of you?
We are known in the raid circles. It is not important. I presume you are looking textiles. Regardless, we need our livestock for our livelihood. And so I require all of you to investigate what is happening. I hear many things around town. I hear werewolf this, I hear hag that, I hear necromancer, monster this, monster that. The townsfolk are about ready to torch and pitchfork everything, and I figured, having heard of your reputation, you might be able to sniff things out better than most.
sniff things out. That's so funny. You're like so funny.
Thank you. I'm glad you got the joke. If you all are successful in eradicating whatever this force may be, there is 500 gold for you.
Ooh.
Eradicating. Ah.
That one was not a joke. That was just a word.
Oh.
Oh.
It's kind of funny.
It is kind of an inside joke to us. It's fine.
Again, I don't care.
So are you saying it's like a werewolf, hag, necromancer, like all wrapped up into one? Because that sounds like a lot. And I feel like that's worth a lot more money if it's like somebody who's like all three of those things. I'm just saying.
Allisyn's
I
got a
seriously doubt it is all of those things. But if it is all of those things, then and you survive, I will give you more money. If you don't survive, I will hire someone else.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Honestly, if it's all three of those things, it would be like an early birthday present for Mortis. Like
That's true.
we wouldn't have to go shopping this year. We'd be done.
Right.
That is true. Mortis is like literally good at everything. And oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
Just point him out, let Mortis go, maybe slap a little bow on it so it's official. Golden. No pun intended, because apparently that's what we're doing here, and I'm not down for it.
A bow you will have then.
No, and
Beautiful.
the extra money would be, yeah.
If it is all of those things, I do not suspect it is all of these things. My money is on the fact that it is a werewolf. But rumors are abound.
Okay.
And I am hoping that all of you can figure out what things are. I need two things. I need my sheep to stop dying, and I need my townsfolk to stop being at each other's throats about it. Keep things simple, keep things calm, you get paid.
Do you have any leads around here?
As I said,
Something
there are
that we
many,
could work with.
many rumors. My best recommendation would be to start at the tavern this evening. That's where most of the townsfolk tend to kind of join in the evenings. And that is where these stories are spread most. I will advise all of you to keep your particular affliction under wraps. These people are not in any sort of mood to be dealing with lycanthropes. I see two hands. You're adults, you do not have to do that.
Question?
Yes, to the one little one.
Thank you. So if we have like 2 sub-goals, would you say that if we succeed in one of them, we get half the money? Or is it like all or nothing? Because if we can like fix the sheep dying, I'm not, maybe Allisynn, the rest of us isn't great with people, per se. So getting your townsfolk to behave...
You know what? Their behavior is not on you. I need you to stop the sheep dying so they stop blaming each other for that. That solves...
Perfect.
That is, two
Perfect.
birds, one massive stone.
Excellent, because the other question was if your townsfolk are all dead, they're no longer blaming each other, are our methods in question?
Not a solution I'm okay with.
Okay, just
Good
the
try.
sheep then.
Yes, valid,
Okay.
weirdly valid question.
Good to have boundaries.
Yes, boundaries
Yes.
are important. Yes, the other little one that had her hand up.
I was just raising my hand because she was raising her hand.
I can see you are going to be terribly successful.
Can I sort of slink behind Allisynn and use her as like a visual obstacle to cast message subtly?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. Let's say, since message kind of involves, well, it's hands, but it's also verbal. Go ahead and roll stealth.
All right.
Yeah. We'll say this is flat. I was going to say it would be disadvantage because you're a rat person, but
Yeah.
you're hiding. So
All right, my stealth is good. That is going to be 18 total.
yes, that beats the passive of the mayor.
Yeah, sure. Then I am going to quickly cast message to Allisynn, and I am going to just sort of whisper, ask why he thinks werewolf.
Good idea. Okay. Hey, Mayor.
Yes, the tall one.
So like, why do you what makes you think it's a werewolf? Like, because not all lycanthropes are kind of bad. Do you know what I mean?
I disagree, but I suppose all of you are here. It's fine. Whatever. Good, bad, in the middle. Yes, and he snaps his fingers, and one of the attendants just nods and leaves for a second, and comes back holding the very eviscerated body of a sheep, and kind of slams it down on the ground. Yes, as you can see here, the sheep was not torn apart for food. It was torn apart for sport or violence. Many others were found similar to this, and was found at night during the time of a full moon. I know that lycanthropes do not always change during a full moon, and we have had several other nights of other moon phases, but still, one of the first times that this occurred.
Can I take a closer look at this thing and sort of see if I can identify off of the sheep?
I would also like to investigate what claws, teeth.
Yeah.
We'll say medicine or nature. Or survival.
I would like.
Mortis walks over and touches Allisynn on the kneecap and casts guidance, because that's about what my height would be.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Can I make a very?
It's a D4. Awesome. And I'm going to use survival for this.
Okay.
Because I get advantage in that.
Ash, what were you saying?
I said I would like to make a very bad decision.
Certainly.
If I'm in this hybrid form, or quasi-hybrid form, do I still get my advantage on perception checks regarding smell?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I believe so.
All right, sure. Then I would like to walk out from behind Allisynn, throw back the hood on this cloak to reveal this sort of half rat, half goblin base, and just begin sniffing over the corpse, and you see the little rat nose just sort of going up and down, how they smell. And I'm trying to see if there's anything on this thing that is not sheep.
You all hear an audible gasp from the daughter, who is still standing there.
I'm giving 0 fucks at the moment.
And Allisynn, because you're the one that has the highest passive insight, I would say that you pick this up. Just as you hear the audible gasp, you'll kind of turn towards her, and she's staring now at Ash. But also, she starts kind of wringing her hands in a very not frightened, but almost concerned sort of way. It's not necessarily a concern for Ash. She's almost looking at her own hands as she sees Ash. Okay, so. Let's go ahead and do these rolls here, because there's 3 people doing this. So, LD, what did you get for survival?
I got a 22.
Okay.
Yes.
Summer, what did you get?
I got a 15 nature.
Okay. And Ash?
I got, with advantage, 21 perception smell check.
Okay. So we'll start with Summer, work our way up. So Summer, as you're looking at the teeth and claw marks, which you have determined them to be, I will say they are teeth and claw marks. The first attack definitely went for the throat, as a lot of predators do, and seem to have ripped it out. The other claw marks, it seems like the claws, where on some animals are straighter than others, these were almost reticulated in a way, so kind of curved. So when they cut through, they almost went back out, much like a house cat's claws might be.
I wasn't here. I didn't do it.
Ash, what you're picking up? No smell of a wolf. Definitely the smell of an animal. But not one you're necessarily familiar with. Yeah, it's tough because it's close to something. You just can't quite put your finger on what, but definitely not a wolf. And kind of sniffing over it, you're getting also a heavy scent of human decay as well.
Interesting. When you say not a wolf, does that include not a werewolf?
Correct. Yeah, there's no lupine kind of vibes going on here. If anything, we're leaning more towards feline.
Okay, then I look up to the mare and the daughter. Not wolf. Put the hood back up. Scurry back behind Allisynn.
And Allisynn, what you are picking up, it's not all claw and bite marks. There's some other marks as well that almost seem like a morning star, sort of, like several like spikes or spines all kind of conjoined together seem to have kind of smacked this thing on equal sides around its ribs and pulled. And then you can see the claw marks, which were more towards the belly, and the teeth marks, which were more towards the throat. But this wasn't just... It seemed like this animal had more going on to it than just claws and teeth. There's something else as well. But again, exactly what it is, you can't really determine. I'm not sure you all might have seen something like this before.
This is like so weird. Interesting. I'll keep that to myself for like a hot second, like until I can talk to the group like outside of this room. But I do want to go up to the daughter who looked a little nervous or a little concerned.
Yeah, and as you approach, her eyes shoot right back down again.
Okay, first of all, I wanted to tell you, you're like so pretty. Second of all, I'm sorry about, like, I know my friend's a little kind of unnerving looking right now. I promise. Ash is totally chill and totally fine. But like, you don't have anything to worry about from them.
And she kind of like looks up to you very briefly and she goes, I know.
You just seem like a little like on edge. Do you like, I mean, like, admittedly, I get it because like we're a lot, but like, is there something that you like need to tell us? Do you know something? Because like, if you help us, we can help you and your family.
Go ahead and roll for persuasion.
Ooh, okay. Lovely. Come on, dice. Okay, yeah, all right. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Her eyes shoot over to her father very quickly and then back to you, and very sternly she says, I have nothing to tell you. I don't know anything. Why would I know anything? And then she goes to leave the room, but as she does, she like squeezes your wrist.
Okay. Cool. Like, we'll meet up. I see it.
How old? How tall? How...
She's young adult. You'd guess somewhere between like, 18, 22.
And how tall is she?
She's, let's say, 5'4".
Okay.
I'm gonna give Mortis a run for his money on getting dates.
Okay, so...
Anyway,
this is not a competition.
Could be.
Oh, well,
if you all could get out of my house now.
We have a pool going.
One more question.
Two more questions.
Oh, three more questions.
3 more questions.
Bats.
Go ahead.
Is this for the bats? All right, in that order then. Small man, question 1.
Were there any human around here that we could look at? You said they were tearing things apart for sport. I am looking for clues on a human, maybe.
We have lost to date 5 sheep herders, yes. They have all been buried with the proper rites as their family determined.
Well, that
But-
does not.
I was going to say, a night is upon us soon. You may very well have a fresh corpse to look at come morning.
Let's hope not for you, huh? Okay. Go ahead.
Question 2.
It's very reductive to refer to us by our sizes.
None of you introduced yourselves with names. Would you like me to make up names? Your name is Sprinkles. What is your question?
Wait,
I
I'm
find that
Sprinkles?
amusing.
No, the other one. You are
Bob. Just call me Bob.
Bob.
Thanks.
Good name.
I thought you
Solid.
said mom, and I thought that was very strange.
We
My
don't kink shame
question-
in this house.
Is has this ever happened before?
No, it has not. It's the first time we've been beset. There have been in the past, wolves here and there, things that the sheep herders worry about. But mostly it has been just beasts coming through. Hungry bears on their way to hibernation. Nothing similar to this.
The bear's gotta eat.
It does not have to eat my sheep.
End up on the street.
Cold
Okay.
and alone.
Lumna.
Yes. Are you eating that or
No, you may take it.
thank you kindly?
Please don't let the villagers see you with that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm assuming since you said it was decaying that it's sort of malleable. So it's just going in the bag of holding piecemeal. Like if a piece is sticking out or whatever, I'll briefly make claws and just go. We're on the road.
Everybody's stuff now has sheep goop on it.
Like they're used to anything else.
Yeah. Okay. So as we finish up at the mayor's house, where all would you like to go? I will say there's the tavern, which has been made available to you, the Black Sheep. There's the blacksmith, the trading post. You can also go out in the fields and speak to any of the sheep herders out there as well. Guardsmen, you got options, is what I'm saying.
Quick question. What time of day is it now? And I'm sure you mentioned this before, but sorry, multitasking with commands.
You're good.
What time of day is it now? And where in the moon phase are we?
You are hitting early afternoon at this point.
Perfect.
And moon phase, you are about 2 days from a full moon.
Sounds about right. Okay. Well, I mean, I could eat.
I could eat.
Oh, I mean, okay, and I'll start pulling sheep out of the bag of holding
No,
again and
like-
handing it,
Summer absolutely reaches for one, like a chunk of sheep.
just like a snack on the way to the inn, you know.
Just
Right.
a snack. Where did your
Just a
girlfriend go?
snack.
Because we gotta get shots and stuff. Also, I apparently have like a date with the mayor's
Shots,
daughter at
shots,
some point,
shots,
but we didn't really
shots,
talk
shots,
about it.
Shots.
Exactly. So like, can I like slip a note to one of the guards to get to the daughter?
Hey, what if you
What?
take your date on a romantic field excursion while we check out the
a field
inn?
trip, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, if Mortis brings his person, then it'll be a double date.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, so if it gets awkward, there won't be any silences because there's always another person you can talk to.
I'm
Right.
just thinking maybe it would be good for her not to be around the inn for a hot minute.
Oh, so like not to the end. So like we should like have like a quieter setting is what you're saying?
Yeah. But
But
like
we're pre-gaming at the inn, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah, let's
Just-
pregame at the inn. But also
Just
like
no gin though, y'all.
no
that's
gin.
important.
No, never
No,
again.
I'm allergic
Oh.
to juniper berries.
Yeah, that's what you say, but we know what happens. It's fine.
By the time you're drinking the gin, it's too late to stop you anyway.
No, like I'm like no, it's like severe though.
Yeah.
Ellie's bringing that deep lore.
You're welcome.
Vodka before gin. You're in. Gin before vodka. Don't do it. I felt like we had a rhyme for this, and I'm just not remembering it.
It was a good attempt.
Probably because I
don't
drank
remember
too much
it.
vodka.
Yeah, I mean, like same though.
Okay.
Is this a walk and talk while we're snacking on
Yes,
bits of sheep
absolutely.
I'm handing
It
out of
has
the
to
bag
be,
of holding?
Take a
One
lamb
shot.
chop, yes.
It has to be a walk and talk. Okay.
Assuming if we're walking, we're talking, or we're
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
we're walking. There we
Yes.
go. That's what I'm saying.
Am I still hybrid form?
We'll say about 15 minutes have passed to address Eva's earlier question. And we're hitting about just past midday at this point.
Mhm. Gotcha.
There is a haze in the sky, so even though like the sun should be at its highest point, there's still a chill in the air. It's still not bright by any means. There's kind of this general gloom about this area.
I'm just going to, especially because I'm still unmuted, I'm just going to announce them on stream. Lumna, you have a happy birthday crit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
It seems easier than just dealing with our back chats.
Our many back chats.
So, Allisynn, as you're considering about slipping a note, you can see that coming down from like the upstairs is the daughter, and she is wearing like a cloak to go out, and she kind of like nods to you and looks to the attendant who ushered you earlier, and she just kind of like shushes and like tosses 2 gold into his hand, and
Oh my God.
she looks to you. She goes, "If we could speak quietly, I would very much appreciate that."
Well, we were gonna go to the like bar and have some drinks. Do you want to come with us, or do you want it to be like a little more private? I'm good either way.
For what I have to tell you, I would prefer that ears not overhear it.
Okay. Like I'm new here, so if you know a place, like I'm totally down.
The fields should be safe in the afternoon. We can stroll about them if that is acceptable to you.
Okay. Do you want want all of us to be here, or like maybe my friends can go on to the bar ahead of us and then we can meet them, or I can meet them later?
I am fine. Your friends can absolutely overhear this news as well.
Oh, okay.
It
Okay, you
pertains
guys can
to,
stay. It's good to have chaperones and things, you know.
if they have
That's
other
fine.
places, I do not mind this news being shared amongst your group, but
And
not
the
to anyone
caretaker's
else.
still there.
You're walking and talking at this point.
Yeah.
So the caretaker has kind
Walk
of
and
like,
talk.
he's popped fingers in his ears so that he doesn't like see or hear the
So before
the
we
mayor's
leave,
daughter. Yes.
I pull on his shirt for him to come down.
Yes, sir.
Listen, laddie, you're not my normal type, but you'll be a snack tonight.
Very well, sir.
And I do like the teeth chop. Then I walk off.
None of you see this, but he just like straightens his coat. Oh, not the first time. Some people have a thing for Alfred. All right. So how are you all? Would you all like to go with the daughter and Allisynn, or would you like to split up at this point?
Summer is going to stay outside. She came out of the mayor's house, right?
The daughter is leaving with you. She is
Okay,
walking
yeah.
out here.
I
Yes.
feel like maybe we don't need 5 people to hear one broad talk about how difficult her childhood was, and we can just like split up, you know?
Yeah.
Feminism.
Ugh, women. Ugh.
She just wants an audience. It's fine.
She has an alliance. She's getting a fox and maybe one other person to make sure that Allisynn doesn't end up dead in a ditch.
Summer is gonna wait like around the side of the house for them to like whoever's going to like head off into the field though.
Okay. So who is going into the field with Allisynn and the mayor's daughter? Nobody. Okay, everybody's hanging out with Summer then.
Mortis is
go.
gonna Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. All right. Ash and Allisynn.
He can message back everything they do. It'd be like a play-by-play.
Totes.
I can, as long as you're within, what is it, 30 feet, 60 feet?
Yeah.
You can also send the owl and cast through the owl.
Yeah.
So
Oh, true.
you can also have the owl just like open its beak and your mouth come out of it.
I'm
That's
really
what I love
glad
doing with bird familiars.
they're
That's
going with
fine.
her because I was absolutely convinced Allisynn was going to be like true crimed out in the fields.
Either that or we're getting a fair amount of like the owl flying back and forth. Okay, so left hand green.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Eva's been listening to a lot of podcasts lately.
That's great to do out in the wilderness, by the way.
Nope.
listen to podcasts.
Yeah, listen to true
Yeah.
crime podcasts and then go walk your dog in the wilderness at night.
Absolutely
And I'm
not.
like,
Their body was hidden under a
right,
thin
right.
layer of leaves.
Uh-huh.
Every time.
the dog
Yeah.
leash next to him. Yeah.
A shallow grave. Yeah.
To be fair, as soon as my dogs start pawing at the ground in certain locations on our walks, I'm like, we're gonna keep walking. I am definitely not looking where you're pawing. We are.
We're not ending up in the news today.
It's always
are
found
not
by someone
discovering
walking
anything.
their dog. Always. Every single time.
Exactly, which is why I do not investigate. We walk.
Keep it pushing.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah.
On that note, folks, as we go to split the party ever so briefly, it's just about time for a break. So let's
Okay.
go ahead and let's go do that. Let's go do the things. Again, thank you everyone who has donated to the Bat Conservation International already. Please continue to do so. There are incentives to do so. And also, it's frickin' bats. We love Halloween.
bats.
Bats, freaking bats.
I love
So
Halloween.
go do the things. We'll be back in just about 10 minutes. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.
Oh,
Hi,
yay,
everyone.
we're back.
Welcome back.
Languages are fun.
Languages are fun. What was the phrase?
Llamas
Anniek, you
aren't
have to
even
share.
like
Okay, so in
Local.
Dutch you say hoor ik daar een lama schijten?
Uh-huh.
Which is basically, did I just hear a llama shit?
What does that mean?
What does the idiom translate to
What?
exactly?
Basically, when someone says something you don't want to hear, you pretend that all you hear come out of their mouth is the sound of a llama shitting.
Oh, sure. No, that checks
Got
out.
it. Got it. Got it.
All right.
I find it
All right.
fascinating the use of, I mean, that it's llamas, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
Exactly.
not indigenous or anything.
I know.
Oh, what?
Today we learn.
One of my favorite idioms is a German idiom, das ist die Wurst mir, and that means it's sausage to me. And
Yes.
it basically means like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's sausage.
So we have that
Oh,
in Dutch,
God.
and then it's at Salmon Borst zijn.
Ah, yes. All right. Yeah, languages are fun, folks. Let's pick back up. Oh, you put it in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, if you want to Google it after the game.
So let's have Allisynn, Ash, and the mayor's daughter. You leave the gates. The guards kind of like are slumped over a little bit, but when they see the mayor's daughter, kind of like straighten up just a little bit. Look like they're actually doing their jobs that the family's going to paying them for. But you go to stroll out into the fields as the rest of the party goes towards the tavern. So we'll do the field scene first, and then kind of wrap up towards the tavern. It's once you have kind of gotten away far enough from any type of prying ears or eyes that the daughter she starts to open up a little bit, even unprovoked. She says, I did not introduce myself, and my father forgot to. My name is Olga Whitewall, and I am very scared because I fear that I am a monster. And you can see like tears kind of like welling up in her eyes as she says this. And she's kind of just like looking down at her hands. It was a couple of months ago, and I was out gathering berries before the winter came in and killed them off, and I was attacked by wolves, and she kind of shows a she lifts her sleeve and there's a bite mark on her arm. But something came and fought the wolves off. And then that thing did this. And at that point, she pulls down her sleeve. And where the bite mark is healed for the most part, there's a almost thin line of 4 claw marks, which seem like the scarring there is healed, but much more evident, kind of down her back.
Mm-hmm.
And since that time, I have been different. And I have nights where I don't know where I go or what I do, and I worry that I am the thing that is killing the sheep.
Well, Olga, I'm Allisynn, by the way, but do you know how to use weaponry and stuff? Do you use a mace or anything like that?
No, my father only allows me to do things that he deems appropriate for a young woman.
So last decade, I swear. Because here's the thing. First of all, just because you can transform doesn't make you a monster. I mean, look at Ash. Or, okay, I know Ash is a little... first of all, look at Ash, and then look at me. I can transform, and I'm, so nice. Secondly, when I looked at that sheep, there were, in addition to the claw marks and stuff, there were, some weapon stuff. It wasn't just a wolf that killed that sheep. There were, some, heavy weaponry used. And so, it couldn't have been you if you don't know how to use that stuff.
You don't think?
No. We've all had nights that we don't really remember. Gosh knows, I've had plenty of those. But yeah, there are ways to check and deal with it and keep yourself and other people safe. But yeah, I don't think it was you. You seemed nice. Can I tell? I also I'm not in hybrid form at the moment. Can I tell if the marks are wear stuff? Would I have any insight into that at all?
Yeah. Let's do medicine for this one with advantage.
Okay. You said, sorry, medicine?
Please.
Okay. That is a 19.
Okay. I would say even more than the marks themselves, it's the rate of healing that is very indicative that, yeah, she's most likely a lycanthrope of some type. Because the wolf bite, she said it was a couple of months ago. That should still be much more significant than it is. And the claw marks, the scarring on it, healed but still evident. You all have, unless you were born a lycanthrope, have marks like that. That is somebody who has had the curse passed on in a very specific way.
Yeah. So okay, just looking at the marks, though, you probably are a werewolf of some sort, a lycanthrope, which is cool because I am too. I mean, I'm not a wolf. And actually none of us are werewolves specifically, but we all transform. It's totally cool.
The thing that marked me was not a wolf. It was bigger.
Bigger than a wolf?
What do I do?
So there's a few things that you can do. There are some people who can remove the curse from you. Probably not in this town, but in some other towns. There's people who specialize in that. I like can see if I know anybody or anything like that. Like we've been to a lot of places. But like if there's gonna be a full moon, like maybe like make sure that you're like in a safe place that maybe has a lock on it. That's helpful.
I will do that. There is also Auntie Angelina of the Woods. She has been known to help people with certain maledictions and afflictions. I will see if perhaps she has something for me. People say that she is a witch. I do not think so. But also...
Oh, aunties are great for that kind of thing. Especially aunties in the woods. They like know everything. All of them, all the time. It's wild.
People still feel her, but... The person, if you are looking for someone who knows how to use weapons and also could do this, my thought is Constantine. He is the local blacksmith, knows weapons, and I suspect that he is the one who did this to me. It has always been said that he is something different.
Constantine?
Yes, with a K, Constantine.
Constantine.
But it's essentially in the, with the Slavic accent, it sounds just like Constantine.
Right, like Connie. Okay, sure.
I do not believe he goes by that. Go ahead, Ash.
I sort of like tap my shoulder. May I see?
Yes. And she kind of leans down and kind of makes a path for you to...
I was going to say I scramble up Allisynn.
Okay, also valid.
I sort of like reach up with both hands and
uppies.
Scramble up.
I will help. I will kind of boost Ash up a little bit too.
Can I attempt to determine what type of animal or where creature might be able to make marks like these?
Yeah. Let's say for this, let's see, animal marks. Nature or survival.
All right, rad. Let's see, I have one of these real good. Nature, +7. I'm going to use my advantage on that. All right, that is a 15 +7, so 22 total.
Great. Okay, so immediately you have eliminated the options for everybody in your group.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you've seen, rat, cat, fox, boar, all kind of dealt with. This, you've seen werewolf before too, but the spacing isn't right and the claw marks aren't right. Again, like she said, this is something bigger, and even with the werewolf, you typically get the thumb that kind of all rakes down. This was deliberate and also was gentle in a way. Like it broke the skin just enough, but it was 4. And what you're leaning towards here is probably not a walrus. It's probably not the crocodile. I forgot to mention that one. You're leaning towards bear.
Sure.
You're leaning towards werebear at this point.
I just sort of like descend Allisynn. I look very sort of knowingly at the daughter. Well, it wasn't a walrus.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't even know what that is.
Well, I mean, we're not like near the water, so that I guess makes sense that it's not a walrus.
Mm-hmm. It was, do you know what it was?
If I had to guess, maybe bear.
Ooh.
I'm going to get so fat.
No, look, thick girls are super in right now. I promise.
Do I have to hibernate? Wait, do I get to hibernate?
I mean, would that be such a bad thing if you did?
Right?
I don't know much about werebears, to be honest. We haven't really like hung out with any.
Well, then even more so, the stories have said that Constantine is a werebear. And if he is the one that cursed me, then it all leads back to him.
Okay. Look, This is like super helpful. You are awesome. We do need to kind of meet up with our friends though and pass on this information.
I understand.
Yeah.
Please
But, like-
do not tell the townsfolk, and do not tell my father. He has. I am surprised he has hired you. He has never been fond of those that he considers that small-minded people consider monsters.
Well, I'm just so darn charming that it totally makes sense. But like, here's the thing. We won't tell your dad, but like, I would go find this auntie, see if you can get the curse reversed. And like, but if you don't, you may want to tell him or tell somebody so that you can be like safe, because the moon's gonna turn like pretty soon.
I will figure something out.
Okay.
And with that, we are going to cut back to the folks that were in the tavern. So we'll get a little bit of tavern time, and then we'll bring in Allisynn and Ash as they are finishing their conversation. Lumna, Summer, Mortis, as you enter the Black Sheep, you can see that
No.
it's, like I said, no?
Before. Before they enter, behind the manor, like out of sight of the townspeople, Summer wants to disguise herself, and they want to look like Olga.
Okay. I thought you were going to be a croc in sheep's clothing, but sure. Okay. Is this you're using a spell?
I'm using disguise self.
Okay.
To look like the last known configuration of what Olga was wearing and everything like that.
Okay.
I'm going to use my Durgar magic to go invisible. And be sneaky.
Okay.
I just think this will help us get, information. Maybe.
You just hear a voice. I agree. We will go in very sneaky. We ask a lot of questions. And, and then I will listen.
Do I have to be sneaky? I don't feel like being sneaky.
No, you just
Are you ever sneaky?
be-
Really?
Oh.
Excuse you.
You got
My
like a
flu for yourself is perfectly sneaky.
little sheep right here, though. You might want to.
Oh, fuck, hang on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
Yep, still good on the second go. All right.
As you enter the tavern, question mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yee.
As you enter the tavern, the Black Sheep, you can see that it is dimly lit. There are not a lot of windows, and what windows there are kind of have that frosted over kind of effect to them. So the light mostly comes from lanterns that are placed on a few tables. It is a smaller kind of tavern. There is a mounted ram's head above the bar with a small selection of bottled, mostly clear liquors, and a tap for ales as well. There are a few people sitting in here who are kind of closely chatting amongst themselves, and when the door opens, they all turn to you. And I will have you all roll perception checks.
Being scent-based, she asked for advantage.
Sure.
I have a 17.
21.
Okay.
22.
Okay. Something Mortis picks up visually that Lumna picks up scent-wise. Mortis, you identify in the far darkest corner of this tavern is a single individual with like a hood pulled up over his face, his feet kicked up onto the table. His lantern has been extinguished. It is not Aragorn, but it has that vibe. Yeah, I know. In my head, I was like, please don't describe Viggo Mortensen. Can't see his face, feet kicked up. There's, like I said, the lantern's been extinguished. He is in the far darkest corner, and Lumna, what you pick up as you are kind of like turned towards that, but don't necessarily like even fully make out the person. Mostly based on height. There's other tables kind of in the way, but you pick up the scent of decay, kind of coming from that corner.
Mortis is gonna stop by the bar, and you see like a small bottle, probably from the lower shelf, just start floating and emptying into his mouth, and then it goes back up on the shelf.
As you do that, the bartender, another human man with like full beard, apron, cloth slung over his shoulder, kind of just looks over at you and looks to all of you as it looks to the other two of you. Oh, Olga, can you believe it? We have ghosts now. One more thing this town needs.
We do not need ghosts.
We don't need any of these. Who is your new small friend?
You can just talk to me directly. Hello, my name is Lumna. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Lumna. My name is Dimitri. I apologize. I was speaking to the person of higher station than you, as we are expected to do.
I will polish like all of my paladin stuff, because I don't give a shit about her being the mayor's daughter.
It's not the clink you have on you, little one.
Yes. Well, let's just say there's different kinds of high and low stations in the world. Not everything is about your little village.
Father brought her and others to help with our problems.
Many though they are.
A very specific one, something about dead sheep.
Well, yes, and that's where the many problems stem from, because if you ask any of these idiots, and he kind of like gestures towards the bar, these fools will tell you that it is 100 different things. Hill giant this, no. Werewolf that, you shut your mouth. They are all wrong. I tell you right now, it is that witch in the woods. That
pretend to take notes.
Yes. Although, and he also gestures down the bar, I have heard word as well that there is a necromancer in town. Young man. Igor. He always been up to no good.
So did Igor always live here and recently become a necromancer, or is Igor new and that's why you're assuming he's a necromancer because the necromancer is also new?
He's always lived here, but he has always had darker predilections. Or he's been trying to do some uncouth magic.
Raising a family?
Something like that. Practicing on sheep.
Oh, did any of the sheep come back?
No, weirdly enough.
So if he's a necromancer, he's not a very good necromancer.
Everybody needs practice. Or perhaps sacrifices for things. I don't know how this stuff works.
That is good, or you would be necromancer, probably.
I am a regular romancer.
Oh.
Is he staring off into, in the middle distance?
Yes.
Hey now.
Yeah. We have one of those. His name is Mortis. You two should meet.
Alas, my heart belongs to another.
Oh, no. Mortis is very open that way.
Yes.
So, where would one find Igor, and can I also get directions to the witch in the woods? And can I have like a beer or a vodka?
Yeah, he starts both. He provides a shot and an ale. Igor runs the trading post across the way. Angelina, Auntie Angelina, as some people call her of the woods, is just beyond the tree line to the north.
Summer
Auntie-
eyes the shot.
I'm sure Lumna would delight in not offering Summer one because it wouldn't be ladylike for Olga to have one, and just her to go.
Yeah, he pours a shot for himself too, and just looks at the mayor's, what he believes to be the mayor's daughter. Sorry, wish you were cool. And shoots him.
Basically, yeah. Oh, is it remotely acceptable vodka, or are we talking can still taste potato?
Sorry, I'm muted. It's
himself.
like
Yeah.
it's like, what do I want to say? Oh, it's like near moonshine. Like there's too much alcohol in this.
Okay, so it's
Like-
like all my resistances and shit are saving me right now. I haven't officially gone blind.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's almost jet fuel. Yeah.
It's okay. So it's some of my symbols on my outfit sort of flare to prevent the blindness and the liver failure.
Father said he would cover their food and drink while they're here.
Well, he can do that, can't he?
Yes.
Not like the rest of us.
No.
Oh, I'm sure it's a wonderful example of trickle-down economies. Speaking of food. Food?
Food.
Sure. Lamb shanks.
Please.
And it's about this point, Allisynn, Ash, you are coming back into town to the tavern if you wish.
After making introductions, Summer is going to excuse herself briefly to do the old switcheroo, because she knows she doesn't have too long with their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you going to say anything, or just expect like a new person just to...
I'll be back. Is that what you wanted? Are you happy now?
I thought you were going to say like, hey, sorry, I got to go, but another friend's going to join.
But she's Olga. Why would another? I can just
Yeah.
greet my new friends.
She said
You feel
that like a group.
That's true. That's true.
We mentioned the group.
Just giving you an opportunity to say something. You're good.
She did. She said, I'll be back, and you weren't happy about it. Maybe it was because you didn't do the accent. Try with the accent.
Yeah, maybe
I'll
that's
be
what it was.
back.
That was definitely it.
Oh no.
That was definitely it.
So anyway, a meteor crashes, destroys the entire town. Thanks, everybody.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Yeah. All right. So Summer does the old switcheroo. Allisynn, Ash, you have come back into the tavern. See the rest
I'll
of
have made
you.
a group
all-
order for lamb shanks for everyone
Yeah.
coming in.
You
Oh
see
my
all
God.
but one of your group.
Just keep them coming.
Like, oh my god, y'all. Ash and I learned so much. We have like so much to tell you. Like,
In a second. I'll hand out lamb shanks and vodka.
ooh. You know me so well.
There's still unexpected depth to explore, and I'm trying not to make it a dirty pun while the dwarf isn't here because he'd love it.
Summer will come
Do it.
scampering back in about this time. And just grab a shot out from under Lumna.
Fine.
Fine.
Mortis is going to take this time because obviously petty squabbling, and is going to go over and eye out this hooded figure in the corner and try to see if this is our local necromancer.
Mortis, I am sorry to say, that figure is gone.
I'm going to go sniff around though, still.
Okay.
See if it was a decay that I smelled, correct?
It was decay that Lumna
I
smelled.
smell.
Oh yeah,
decay.
right. That's right.
Yes, but yes, if you would like to go and check out the table where he was sitting.
Yeah, for any clues.
Yeah.
BM, do we have booster seats at our table?
They don't get a ton of small folk, but we'll say that there's definitely seating that can accommodate.
Is
I'm
there...
like sitting. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex.
I was just gonna say, like, I am sitting like cross-legged, like on the end of the table. Like I'm not even on the chair. Like I am just like I'm sitting there, like on the end, on one end of the table.
Alex, we're going to presume that everything you do is in goblin mode. Just to be safe. Okay, Mortis, go ahead and roll for investigation as you go to check out the spot where this individual was. Summer, what were you saying?
Is there a reflective surface near or on the table that Mortis is checking out?
A reflective surface?
Mm-hmm.
On the table, I mean, there's the lamp, which is somewhat reflective.
And we have a random lycanthropic event.
Okay.
I got
Sammy.
Do you need a reflective surface?
Just to
Because
fuck
I got
around.
you.
Just to fuck around.
Do you verbally mention that you were like looking for something?
If only I had a reflective surface over near Mortis.
I will reach onto one of my like patches on my robe, and I will tear it off. And as the fabric comes off, it just sort of like almost dissolves into this metal mirror about yay big, which I hand to Summer.
That is so convenient.
In which case, Summer is going to angle it towards Mortis for when he turns back. This is so ridiculous and so unnecessary. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
In the mirror, they would like to cast minor illusion to show Mortis's beast form looking back at him. Because Summer's an asshole.
Yes.
Mortis.
Yes.
What was your investigation roll?
15.
Okay. So, all sensory kind of perception here. You are, once you get closer, can definitely pick up the smell of human decay. It's a very particular sickly sweet kind of smell. Much more noticeable here than when you were just like even near the table, but like the seat seems to kind of have it around there. And again, the lamp was snuffed out. The other thing you note as you kind of look at the table is a just 3 letters. In common, it would be OBM. And that's all that you see. And as you turn around and see the reflective surface of your werebear form, might as well resolve this now. I'm sorry, it's werebore form. I apologize. You let out a squeal. And your tusks pop out of your little dwarven mouth. And you can only speak in boar for the next 15 minutes. And as you do that, townsfolk look over towards you. Are you going to hide it?
Do I have to drop my invisible form?
I guess no, you're still invisible. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, still invisible.
While Summer is playing with Mortis, can I just sort of use pause to very gently knock all of her vodka onto the floor? Just one little tap at a time.
Stealthily or obviously? What are we doing here?
Oh, obviously, eye contact.
Obviously, okay, all right. The bartender watches as he has lined up shots for everybody, and just eye contact, just knocks every single one off. Sure, pour one out for the ancestors.
She's gonna see her ancestors soon if she doesn't stop it.
I talk to my ancestors every day.
I talk to my ancestors every day.
Oh,
That's
you're
a
one of
little
those
weird.
folks?
That's a little weird, don't you think?
Hey, they don't talk back.
That's better. I feel better about that.
Oh god, have we noticed?
That was a whole sentence.
Are we hearing the squealing at this point? Have we figured this out? Oh god.
Yeah, as Summer has like obviously played a prank, then had a prank played on her, you all can see, or at least hear. You
We
can
can hear him.
the squealing coming from the corner, and it's definitely a noise you would be somewhat familiar with, as you all have been around Mortis as he's changed before.
That was unintended, but still
Just-
pretty funny.
Just go. But he's still in here making that noise. You need to go get him.
Do I know how long Mortis can remain invisible?
Michael, I'll leave that to you.
I'm sure you would. Yeah, for sure.
How long
we've
would that be?
spent enough time. Let's see. That's a good question.
Because I'm not going to like mechanically ready this action. However, I feel like I have a decent understanding of what's going on, and I'm going to like mentally prepare myself to cast an illusory Mortis head.
Good stuff.
So we can at least cover up the task.
Just cover.
So we can just at least
it's
cover
up to 1 hour. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
then I won't
Okay.
need to do it.
Summer
Yeah.
could do that. She had
But
not
she won't.
considered it.
Well, why
She
would
not.
she? Yeah. You hear stomping as you hear Mortis just stomp out of the. You could just picture his swinging arms as he's.
Oh yeah,
Angrily
we've
going
seen
outside.
Yeah. Are we all good on the vodka and the legs? Should we go talk somewhere else? Long
We should.
romantic walk in the woods.
Yeah, Allisynn. What?
Oh yeah, so like it sounds like
Oh, yeah, so outside, yeah.
yeah, outside. Okay. Cause like once we're outside, so like it sounds so like the daughter of the mayor is like totally a lycanthrope now. But I don't think she did it. She thinks she did. But like, here's the thing. When I was looking at the beast, like I said, I found these like weapon marks. So clearly like somebody who has some knowledge of weaponry is involved in this. Like, because it wasn't just like beast marks, right? Like if it was somebody who was just like a lycanthrope, it would have been beast marks. But if it was somebody like, say like me,
Or like me, like when I have a mace in one hand
Right.
and claws in the other.
right, exactly. Like, so it's got to be somebody who has like some knowledge, and she's like too kind of prim and proper for that. Anyway, she was saying that she got the reason she's a lycanthrope now is because she got attacked by somebody, and she thinks because there's like some weird rumors about Constantine the blacksmith, who's like
Okay.
big, and a blacksmith, like they know weaponry and stuff.
Question.
Derek.
Yeah, we got pointed to a potential necromancer.
Oh, gross.
I know, right? Igor. I'm not judging the name, even though I want to. He's at the trading post. And for some reason, everyone's blaming the totally harmless woman who lives in the woods because they always blame the harmless women who live in the woods.
Oh,
Look,
it's not.
I don't-
We know it's not.
It's
No, it's
really
totally not
cool.
her.
I mean, we have to stop by there because I'm running out of herbal tea,
Yeah, that's
no,
fair.
No.
and they usually have the good refills.
Well, and I told Olga to go like see the like old women in the woods because I thought that the old women in the woods like could help her remove the curse because they're usually pretty good at that.
Derek.
If she can't, just have her talk to Mortis and me because we're kind of with the divinity that's kind of cool with you being a lycanthrope.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Yes,
I didn't
Alex.
know. I didn't think that.
So now that I have, excuse me, my mic's freaking out. Now that I have some context that a bear might be involved in this,
Mhm.
A, would thinking back to having sniffed the sheep corpse, would I have smelled bear during that?
Didn't pick up Ursine notes either.
And then I will sort of look up at everyone. Sheep didn't smell like bear.
But it smelled like decay, and I smelled decay in the inn from the weird dude in the corner that Mortis was going to go check out until he started being a ghost and the person was already gone and he turned into a boar. Sorry, I had the shared brain cell for a solid 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good summary. Yeah.
I also think there might be another reason we were asked to be here. If the
That's really cool.
No. If the full moon is 2 months away and this town is
2 days away.
2 days away, you're right, sorry.
Yes.
If the full moon is 2 days away, I feel like we might have been brought here to be likely scapegoats.
Ew.
We're not even weregoats. That's very rude.
You can still play the part.
Do we get horns? I know Mortis is a horn. Nope, not going there.
Okay, be right back. Summer's gonna run back into the tavern. And tap on the counter. Excuse me, bartender sir.
Yes.
You hear a yell from outside. His name is Dimitri.
My name is Dimitri.
Dimitri. Hi. Strasrutia, or whatever. I
don't understand that language.
All right.
Oh, you're picking up the accent.
Yes. Accent.
It's contagious.
Guy in corner. When my friends came in, there was a guy in the corner, person who was broody and mysterious. Do you know who he was?
I do not. I saw him come in, did not order food or drink. He's been in town for about a week, as far as I know, but keeps to himself.
He was a dirty, filthy loiterer taking up your table that you could have used to serve customers. That's so rude.
Hey, that's him in the corner, okay? That's him in the cold, dark... Maybe he was losing his religion. Not my business.
Yep, that's sounds about right. It's rough.
Nope.
I need to leave this game now.
So he just...
Did you have questions about him?
My friend thought he was hot. Wanted a date, and I was just trying to be a good wing gnome.
Is this your Dorgar friend who is open, as they were described?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been lonely lately, and I'm just trying to do him a solid.
I had a friend like that, except it was that he loved every weapon that he used. What did he call it? Polyarmory.
Wow!
No.
Wow. Can I take
Thank
back
you
my
and good night.
donation?
It's for the bats. If you all can do it, I gotta get in a few, okay?
It's for the bats. Those bats better send personalized thank you notes at this point.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
All right. So, to kind of lay out your options here. Again, as before, you can ask guards. You can ask the shepherds actually in the fields. The blacksmith shop is more or less next to the trading post, which are across from the tavern in this smaller area of the town. So you have Constantine, the blacksmith. You have Igor at the trading post. You also have Angelina of the Woods, Auntie Angelina of the Woods to the north beyond the tree line. And then, of course, you still have Olga, the mayor, although it seems like you've kind of, talked through their particular storylines.
Their conversation tree, sure.
Their conversation tree is exhausted. Yeah, at this point, they're just like, hello again, adventurer.
Keeps looping
Nice
back.
weather we're having. Walking into a wall.
happily buying all the trash in my bag of holding so I can clear up some space. I mean, I love a good split party. I'd love to take some people and go see Igor while some other people go see Constantine, especially if they're like next to each other. So if they're in trouble, we can just bust down a wall or let Mortis bust down a wall and still be there. Like, we don't need doors. We have Mortis. Exactly. See, he makes a valid point.
Mortis is like so smart. Oh my god.
Right? I kind of love his little tusks.
Yeah.
So split party.
Hot.
I wouldn't go that far, but that's because never mind. Split party, Constantine, Igor.
Can I get a vibe check on what?
Vibe check.
On the houses or the places of business of Constantine and Uyghur, respectively, specifically from the perspective of I might want to break into these places as either a goblin or a rat.
Yes. Go ahead and roll just perception on these.
Can I do investigation instead because I'm better at it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
But it's still like business hours, right?
It
We
is,
were
yeah.
we were heavily day drinking,
You're hitting
as
about
you do.
You're hitting about mid-afternoon at this point.
Yeah, vodka is part of a nutritious brunch.
That is 18 plus 4 for 22 total investigation.
Okay. With that solid number, so the blacksmith part, the actual like smithing part of Constantine's is unoccupied right now. Seems to kind of been shut down for the afternoon. There is like the business part of the building, which has a single door, couple of windows on it. Again, kind of like that frosted glass sort of aesthetic to it. These are log buildings, so there's door, window as far as entries go. The trading post is very similar. These definitely aren't built by the people that run them. They're like an established part of the town and just, hey, we have trees around, let's make some log cabin type deals. But again, trading post has the hanging sign, couple of windows, single door, few more windows on the trading post, I would say.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so how are we splitting things up?
I'm down for going to Igor. I like the idea that there might be a necromancer. I might be a lycanthrope, but necromancy is actually unnatural, as opposed to lycanthropy, which is perfectly normal if you ask my goddess. So the thought of getting to potentially smite a necromancer is making my day. I want him to be a necromancer at this point.
Noted.
I want to. I'm also going to go to Igor's. I will walk up to Lumna. Lumna, I'm going to sniff around a little bit. Can you hold my robe?
Of course. I'll just shake the bag open. Most of the sheep goop's gone. We licked it out.
All right. So I am going to transform into a just small, perfect. Well, actually, no, a quite large rat, like a New York City subway rat.
No. The ones that look like they should be paying rent?
Yes, exactly. So just like this very large, not particularly nice looking rat, and I will just the massive robe that was there just and a little gray rat scurries out.
Okay. All right. Sizable pizza rat. Ash,
yes.
Where are you heading?
I'm going to head toward Igor's, but I'm going to try and keep Lumna within eyesight at least until we get into the building.
As always, when I take Ash's robe, I'm going to take just 6 seconds to clean it because I have a delicate sense of smell.
Give it a good shake.
Yeah, a bit of some lavender or whatever.
Okay, so Ash in rat form is heading towards Igor's. Lumna is heading towards Igor's. Allisynn, are you heading to Constantine's or Igor's?
Well, I would like. I'm nervous that if we go and confront these people and they're dangerous and stuff, that we'd be I don't love that. but also like we got to take care of this before nightfall, frankly. Does anybody else want to go to Constantine's with me? Otherwise, we can all go to Igor's. I'm fine either way.
I'll go to Constantine's.
Okay, I'll go with Summer to Constantine's then.
And Mortis.
I would go with to Constantine's. I can I can really do some number on some undead, but I feel like they need backup. Yeah, exactly. So you got that covered. You got that covered. Undead, so yeah, I would.
Split the undead slaying 20 AC peeps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll go to Constantine's.
Okay. Well, let's start with the necromancer. So you're going to the trading post, which
it is a necromancer.
Yeah, which thanks to a reference in chat, we'll call the bear and stain. So Ash, we'll say that you kind of can scurry up the log side of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. There is a window which kind of opens outwards like that. So they open at an angle. Mm-hmm. You are more than welcome to scurry through or down the chimney. Not recommended. There is smoke coming out of it. But Lumna, we'll say you open the door, and there is a standard trading post. Many types of goods, clothing, a few weapons, instruments, books. Limited on books, I would say. But more just like a lot of hunting goods seems to be kind of the thing around here as well with the woods where they are. And behind the counter is a younger human. He has this dark black hair that is kind of brushed off to the side and seems to be kind of flipping through this larger, older tome. And otherwise, he's just wearing kind of like his worker's apron and white shirt with the sleeves rolled up. And as he sees you come in, you see him quickly close the book and kind of slide it off to the side. Hello. Welcome. My name is Igor. Can I help you find anything today?
I kind of want to browse in general.
Of course.
Hunting gear.
Certainly.
The trap kind, maybe somewhere. Like I kind of want to keep. If I've seen the layout of the store, I want to like get him to show me something that is pretty far away from the counter, so Ash has time to scurry to that tome we saw him close and slide away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, we are.
Maybe guiding towards some bear traps or something.
Absolutely. Yes, actually, we are low in stock on bear traps. They were recently purchased out by another traveling group. But we do have some things left, and he will kind of take you to one of the far corners where, yes, there's a number of crossbows, bolts, some bear traps as well, nets. But I'll say this here, with your passive even, you can tell that there's, like, where they're stocked, there were more recently.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Ash, if you were going to go investigate the book.
Yeah, I am going to investigate the book, but I also want to do a quick smell check to see specifically if I'm getting anything of that decay type smell.
I was going to ask, does Igor smell of anything in particular?
Perception checks for both of you.
Yep, and I
will use my auto crit for this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Alex, what were you saying?
I was just saying I have advantage on that as well, so I got 21 total.
Cool. All right. Anniek?
I used one of my auto crits for 20.
Auto crits. Gotcha. Okay. Both of you
23.
are picking up the faintest of like decay smells, but it's not human. This is definitely animal. And it's older. It's kind of hard to pick up. It's hard to pick up even over like the smell of just dust in this store. This guy clearly has time to lean, but does not use it to clean. But that's really, as far as scent wise, that's really what you're picking up, aside from the general leather smell where there's leather clothing and this or that. You're kind of picking up the ambiance, but then underneath that is a very, very, very small hint of animal decay.
Okay, so sort of like old leather mounted ram's heads.
Yeah, even more than that. This is like, actually, Lumna, this is dead cat smell.
Yeah. Okay. Oof, that might be a problem. While he's talking to me about something, I first want to use my divine sense for a second.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So remind me, divine sense picks up.
Celestials, fiends, undead, consecrated, desecrated, within 60 feet until the end of my next turn, and I can sense the type and location if not behind total cover.
Okay. The book on the counter is giving off a little bit of hint of desecrated. It's not like, hey, this is a temple to an evil god, but the book ain't great.
The book isn't great.
Yeah.
Okay, so while he's prattling on about something, oh god, we're gonna make bad choices today. I want to go hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I want to get bigger.
Okay.
I want to put him in a corner.
Okay.
I want to put my mace across his chest. And I want to intimidate him. And I want to say, so Igor, tell me what you do in your spare time. Because I'm getting a sense of dead cats in a bad book.
I'm sorry. He's actually like tearing up at this point.
Good.
It was my cat Anastasia. She passed away recently, and I wanted her back. So I bought that book of a passing wizard. I am very sorry. I can't even read it. It's not in any language I understand, and I'm terrible at any of these spells, and I've been trying to practice, but I mean, how do you even do that thing with your hands that it tells you to do? My knuckles don't bend that way.
Look, Igor. I understand, but part of loving is letting go. Resurrecting your cat would not make anything any better. She would not come back the way you knew her. Especially not with that book.
It's
Trust
a
me.
cemetery situation, I get it.
It really is. So if you want to, and I'll gesture at my vestments and my cat claws, I'm pretty good with like religion and cats.
Can I pet you?
No.
Is that weird to ask? Okay.
A little. Maybe later. Get to know me a little. Buy a girl dinner first. If you want, we can have a nice ceremony, bury Anastasia, have a little prayer meeting, make a little altar to remember her by in a positive, not quite as dysfunctional and necromantic manner. And maybe you don't get run out of town, and I don't have to hurt you.
That would all sound much nicer than it has been.
How big is this book?
So we're talking like tome. So maybe, yeah, this is a grimoire. So maybe about a foot by. We'll say it's square, perfectly square.
Bigger than you are right now.
Yeah, like well, he's a big rat. We'll say it's like photo book. Photo album.
Gotcha. That is too big for me to drag away like a slice of pizza, unfortunately.
No, the pizza rat is stealing my book.
I'll take the book. Oh, don't worry about the pizza rat. We'll be taking the book, as this isn't...
I hopefully have not revealed myself as anything other than just a regular rat. I'm just kind of like walking around watching this shit.
The chunkin' rat.
Yeah, probably check your food storage bin, see if anything's uncovered. If you have them that size inside your house, there's probably 100 more. You need a new cat. You really need to go adopt a nice new cat. I know it might feel too soon, but if you have this size vermin, it's practical and time.
Anastasia was always very good at catching them.
I squeak indignantly at being referred to as vermin.
I know who buys your vodka. I don't care. maybe get 2 cats. Never have more than 4. It's unhealthy.
All right. I will get 2 cats, and I will name them Hammer and Sickle.
Fitting. I have opinions, and I will sit on them. I'm just going to take this book now, and I'm just going to shove that necromancy book in my bag of holding.
I spent a lot of gold. Okay, all right. Okay.
How much gold did you spend on this book?
50.
Oh, child, you got swindled. This is still in hybrid form. I can't imagine what it looks like for him.
Can I sort of like jump into the bag of holding and get my robe back and come out as a goblin?
I mean, I'll hold it open for you. I'm sure we've done this before at this point.
Like, because I can de-transform at will too when it's not full moon, right?
Yeah, I believe it's an action to do so. Yeah. So is it just like Rat goes in and then 2 goblin hands come out of the bag?
Yeah, just to scuttle on out, and as I do, I will rip off a patch from my robe for a bag of 100 gold pieces, and I will put it on the counter.
There you go.
Very kind
I want your
of both of you. Okay. Yes, like I said, I cannot read it, and I suppose the gold is better than a book I cannot read and an already dead cat.
Now that we're sharing, by the way, that adventuring party that came through that bought all your bear traps and stuff, are they still in the area? Did they look shifty? I mean, did they look untrustworthy?
I mean, no offense to either of you, but all adventuring parties look a little shifty. They're adventuring parties. As far as still being in the area, I have not seen them come through my shop, but they said they had hunting to do, and then one of them winked. So.
Perfect. All right, we have competition. Okay. Igor, enjoy your gold. Don't drink it all.
Woman, okay.
I'll take it. Don't drink all the gold. I will, if everything goes according to plan tonight, be back tomorrow, and we will give Anastasia a beautiful burial.
I appreciate that.
And just, yeah, man, grief fucking sucks, but necromantic resurrection isn't the way forward.
The wizard I bought it from said that necromancy was love, or else it wouldn't have romance in it. I said that's not how I felt about my cat, and he said, 50 gold.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't have one of those tomes that gives you additional intelligence, so I'm just gonna make a note to myself to pass through here once a year and see how you're doing, because this is very concerning in a general sense.
Honestly, that's fair.
We'll just put you on like a little saloon visit list, and one of our people will come by from time to time. Hold your hands, drink some tea. Cast the fine sense on you.
We're going to cut over now to the folks that went into Constantine's. So those of you that enter Constantine's, you can see that, again, this is much more weapon heavy. There is a little bit of everything in here that lines the walls with some more exquisite and kind of detailed works that are behind the counter of this gentleman. And Constantine is standing at the counter. He's a very large individual. An older individual, sure, but he has this kind of this longer hair, which is streaked with grays and browns, this full beard that goes down to his mid-chest. His face has the creases of age, but there is a strength and a presence to him that betrays that age. Welcome to Constantine's. What can I do for you strangers?
Hi, we're like super new in town. And here's the thing. We were like investigating some rumors and stuff. And one of those rumors involved you, bestie. So here's the thing. I'm just going to come out and ask, You wouldn't happen to be like a lycanthrope, right?
You see his hand like goes to a weapon nearby.
Oh, laddie, I don't think that's a good idea.
Look, there's
and I go to hybrid form.
And when you do that, his hand actually releases. Oh.
We're like lycanthropes too, so like not super judgy unless you've been like wreaking havoc on the town, you know?
I have done nothing of the sort. I
But
have
I
served this reliably all my life.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Check.
Yeah, like
Right? The whole
Right.
conversation. Nope.
look, I totally believed her. That would be a 17.
Everything about him seems earnest.
Okay.
I will say that he got louder, he got angrier when you accused him. Truthful or not, there is a passion behind his words.
Summer's gonna climb up onto an anvil, not like one he's immediately using, but something just to kind of get a better height. Okay, but you know about the troubles, right? Like all the stuff that's going on.
I know more about them than most.
Why more than most?
Because, like all of you, I hear and see more than most.
Oh yeah, that makes
They
sense.
are saying it's a werewolf. That is bullshit. Some have tried to accuse me. I have always hidden what I believe is a gift.
Like me too. It's totally a gift.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I am assuming that you talked to the mayor and his daughter, and I feel
Yeah.
bad that I had to pass this gift along to her that she sees as a curse. But I have also, every night that she has changed, guided her and kept her from hurting her loved ones. I don't think she remembers that.
No, she doesn't like remember anything.
But she was going to die from those wolves. She was going to bleed out if I had not saved her the way that I did.
I get it. That's like totally noble. So like, here's the thing though. Somebody's been fucking with the sheep. I mean, and not like in that way, but like somebody has been killing the sheep, and that's kind of a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, you've been here, you're in were form. What do you think is going on? If you see everything and stuff.
Anytime, well, I will tell you this. It is not something that I could have done during a full moon, even in full change. And he will even gesture behind the counter where there is a trapdoor that he lifts up that is lined with silver bars on the inside. And as you look down, there is a silver-lined basement that is kind of hidden here. I keep myself down here if I am ever overly concerned about the change.
Smart.
But what people aren't talking about, and what I think they cannot hear, is the whistling that comes with the attacks.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jinx.
Oh my god, Jinx.
There is a whistle that precedes the attacks and concludes the attacks.
Like
I do not think anyone else can hear it.
a tune or like a tone?
Like somebody blowing on a whistle or whistling a single note.
Okay, more like a tone than a creepy
Yes, a tone.
song.
Does this sound familiar at all?
Yeah, can I roll a history to see if I've ever heard this before?
Sure. History or heck, even nature.
I think I get advantage on
I get advantage on
history.
I'll do nature then.
Okay.
15.
Just a 12.
Both of you would at least be familiar with the concept that some animals can hear pitches that humans cannot. You know, especially the difference between before your change to your change, if you were changed in that way, not born that way. hunting whistles, for hunting dogs. Very common that someone will blow on the whistle. Human ears can't hear it. The dog ears can. This sounds similar to that in the sense that you all are picking up on a pitch that regular humanoid ears cannot.
Interesting.
We heard there was someone new in town.
Yes, they came by shopping for weapons, but I did not sell any to them. I did not trust what they were looking for.
What kind of weapons did they want?
Silvered ones.
Have they been in town long?
About a week. Came by the first day and I had not seen them since. I kicked them out summarily.
Do you know where
Got a
they've gone?
bad vibe.
Bad vibe.
I'm sorry, Eva, what was the last thing you said?
I repeated bad vibe before that.
Sorry.
Oh, I think I asked where they went.
Yeah.
I do not know. I believe they went next door to the trading post. If I could not provide their goods, they were probably going to shop there. And Igor he said he made a bad investment recently and was looking for extra gold.
You don't happen to know if should have asked the mayor this. You don't happen to know if those sheep are insured, do you?
What is insurance?
It's when you have a sewer and you're worried something's going to happen to it.
In sewer ends. Yes.
Yes.
All right. There's our one Discworld Discworld reference there we go. Okay.
Okay, just checking.
No, I know that any money that comes to this town typically ends up in the mayor's pocket before it goes anywhere else. All the sheep more or less belong to him on loan or by debt. But he never really seems to incur any of the loss.
Is there anyone he specifically doesn't get along with?
Everyone. Have you seen where he lives and where everyone else lives?
Yes, but there's like, oh, he sucks because he's like, the worst part of capitalism. But then there's also like, he's the worst part of capitalism, and also he, I don't know, slept with my sister or whatever.
We all need to eat. No one would willingly kill the sheep. They are the foundation of our economy. Even I would not make gold if the sheep were gone.
Okay. Summer's gonna clamber down off her anvil, give it a sturdy pat. Well, carry on then.
You carry on then.
I will.
Good.
Okay. She's gonna march out of the shop.
Right.
The smithy.
Yeah. I'll follow.
It's about this time, Luma, Ash, both of you can be leaving the shop as well if you'd like.
Well,
It flex, but okay.
So we are.
So what do we have here?
Oh God.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm helping Igor bury Anastasia, the cat that he was trying to resurrect after buying a far too expensive, kind of shitty tome on necromancy from a traveling wizard that he couldn't read.
But we don't know if it's shitty yet. I haven't read it.
That's true. You can totally read it, but
Was
I know if you can't teach like a commoner necromancy from the tome, is it really any good?
Maybe not.
Well, was this a murder, death related to our investigation?
No,
Is
it's
it
just a
cat
very
or-
sad person mourning his favorite cat.
Well, that's depressing.
I may have made him pee himself, but in the end, we came to the conclusion that A, I am going to help him bury his cat, and B, he is now on our watch list. Someone from our order will be by regularly.
Well, like, so Constantine is totally a werebear.
Good for
But he's
him.
like, huh?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, we're proud of him. He's
Yeah,
got it
but
really
he's
figured
like-
out.
Totally cool about it. Like, totally chill.
Yeah. No, he's got a whole like panic moon room. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty nice. It's
And he's like
Cool.
watching
Expensive
out
as
for
shit.
Olga.
Yeah. Saved her life. So
Does
And
he
drop back
eat-
into human form because I just realized that I was.
Oh, shit, good point. As soon as you drop into human form, I'm like, oh, shit. I'll go back to hobbling. I'm going back to hobbling. Whoops.
Nobody told me I was still in the. God.
I shrink down, put the claws away. Sorry. Could have told. She should have told me.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
Just so
There's
used to
there's
it.
one villager who's like, oh, that cat and the warthog are having a heated conversation.
Nothing to see here.
Must be a Sunday.
What was in that chicken pot pie I had last night?
Yeah, there's one person who stumbles out of the tavern and they're like, I have had way too much vodka.
Okay, for real now though. Visit Auntie Alina in the woods because I need a tea refill. And then Ash turns into a giant rat. We cover him in wool. We put him in the sheep's pen tonight and we see if anybody comes to eat him.
Okay, wait.
like,
Go ahead.
What-
Go ahead, Allisynn.
oh, I was just gonna say also, like, Constantine did say that he heard like a high-pitched whistling sound that nobody else hears before the attacks happen.
Yeah.
So, like, it's maybe like a hunting thing. I don't know.
Signal
But-
whistle?
But like that
Yeah,
seems weird
yeah.
to me. Like, yes, Auntie Helena and whatever, but like getting tea is important. But like I have a feeling that maybe she's not involved because like why would she be hunting things? She's like I mean,
No, we know she's cool.
Apparently, there's also a different adventuring party that came through here like a week ago and bought all of like the bear traps and shit from the trading post because I wanted to buy a bear trap because I don't have a bear trap and I need one for reasons. But he was out of stock.
Do you though? But that reminds me, the random stranger
yeah.
tried
Oh, the
to
smelly one from the inn?
tried to tried to get silver tipped weapons from the blacksmith and
Huh.
he
Gross.
wouldn't sell them, so
Perfect.
probably not great.
Did he sell him any mercury?
What was the
Didn't-
3 letters? Gosh.
OBM.
Oh, yeah.
OBM.
Didn't ask about mercury specifically, but I
Okay.
don't think he sold him anything because he didn't like them.
I'm a player, so I take notes now. Something I don't do as a GM.
I'm really impressed, actually. Question for everyone, since we're all here together. Shh, huddle up.
Huddling.
We all.
Does that mean Allisynn is the Neil?
Yeah. Correct. Let me just get down. It's fine.
Hey, so, look, I know the plan here is, like, find the sheep killer and, whatever. But, like, the mayor's not great, right? Like,
Right.
No.
what if we just pin this on the mayor and take the mayor out? 'Cause
I
feel-
see what you're saying. But
And then
I-
Olga
okay.
could, like, take over the business and...
I like Olga.
But I still
feel-
want to know what actually did this, and then killing the mayor is a bonus.
I agree with all of that. The only thing is we shouldn't try to pull anything on the mayor unless we have dealt with this problem, because I
Exactly.
feel like putting Olga in as new mayor into an unstable situation would be no better than feeding her to the wolves.
That's
I
true.
will also point out that putting Olga in as the new mayor might be something that we should wait with until she can actually control her shifting or is no longer a shifter.
Also,
Fair.
Because at this point she's very easily manipulated.
She doesn't like remember anything when she shifts, which is
she might not even want to be.
It's
fine.
beginner's error.
Right,
Like
yeah.
you get better.
Maybe everyone could own the sheep. Maybe it could be a collective.
Ooh.
My
like
thought
a
was just
commune.
if we have to like.
But like fix it now. Wait for Olga
if we
to like
blame
control
the
the
mayor
shifting, come
somehow,
back and sit.
Like plant
Yeah.
a morning star on him or something.
Or-
Then people won't get mad that we killed him. Like
You're
they'd
such
be
a
like,
deep thinker. I was just
I
gonna
think the biggest thing is that we get a gold.
Oh.
but if he's dead, we
kill
can
the
just
mayor.
take
We
all his
also
gold.
get the gold.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here
We get
go.
more than the 500. We just get all of it.
And I feel like people
Nice.
won't be too mad
Nice.
if we just kill him, but like they're gonna want like he had a morning star, must have been him, like that sort of
But
thing.
do we need to pin it on him, or can we make it seem like he was like out and also got killed along with the
Perfect, love that.
sheep?
Also
Even
love that.
easier.
'Cause I don't think anyone's gonna buy that he like
We need a reveal
sacrificed himself.
in public, though.
Do we?
Uh,
Should we maybe figure out what's actually happening first, so we know what we're trying to pin on people?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
this is
probably.
usually how we get off.
Yeah.
We get
Wait,
off
maybe-
track right here.
Honestly, I got off track when we started day drinking, which is
I just
Okay.
call it
That
drinking.
happens
It's
every
just-
time. Happens every time.
all right. All right.
All right,
So
let's,
what's
How
Okay,
do
so we can do the T run off screen and then just unless Derek is dying to
Set
play
a
an
trap.
old woman.
You know, I'm here for whatever. Y'all said you could go longer, so you know what?
No, you know what we can do? What we can do is we can do the T-run
Split
on
the party.
screen
Oh.
and then get enough people to donate to get Derek to do the Batman voice for the old lady.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Can we combine donations into the Batman voice?
that's up to Derek.
Like if just like 4 people do 25, and it'll be like
Eva, where are we at right now? I don't have it pulled.
180.69.
Nice.
Oh.
that's Kayla's 69 by the
69
way.
cents.
Yes.
Yeah.
All credit to Kayla for that.
All right. It's gonna be a hell in my throat. That's what she said.
God.
I was about to say, Mortis, is that you?
I don't want to set an impossible level of 250, but also like 200 seems way too attainable.
At this point, yeah.
I did say we'd
let's
give
say-
away a copy of Van
We started at
Richten's
100.
Lycanthropes at 200, so.
Okay, well then that's a good incentive for that. Let's say another what's that? Let's say 225. We can hit the 225 mark.
225 for Batman voice.
I
For
will
Angelica.
do
Yes!
Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale, Batman voice. It'll probably be closer to like the Pete Holmes version. But
Even
So
better.
this is where you're very
Can't
lucky.
be
I don't
any
know-
worse
I
than
don't know
Mortis, so
any of those
you're good.
people.
helicopter.
I don't know any of those people.
yes. Yes, please.
All right. Okay, so what is the current plan? Where are you all going?
Wait,
Who are
we
you
have a
framing
plan?
for murder?
I know, right?
I don't like. I feel like
Frame
at this,
for murder / murder.
What time of day is it? It's
So it is just now hitting like early evening. Like it'll be dark. It's getting later in the year. It'll be dark in like an hour and a half. Because for some reason it gets dark at like 7 o'clock now.
I think we could either go back to the inn and try and sniff out the weird visitor,
Mm-hmm.
or we could wait for nightfall and see what happens.
I set a trap.
Yeah.
I mean, if a part of waiting can be trying to sniff someone out, because if we've like no other plans, we might as well sniff while we wait.
Right.
Good point.
All right, so heading back to the tavern and giving it a sniff.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Who is
maybe
the
another
best-
shot.
Who is the best sniffer?
I feel like
Uh,
you've been doing good so far.
I do have
Perception, right?
I know,
advantage on sniffing.
I think we all
Yeah, I think
have
it's
advantage
you.
on
Yeah.
sniffing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do we?
I don't think
Oh.
I do.
I have. I do.
I don't think
Don't
I do
you?
either.
I do.
I don't think crocodiles do.
No. I can
Makes
hold my
sense.
breath for an hour, so that's kind of
Oh wow, that is
not the
impressive.
same.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Yes, I can do sniffing and I can do hearing.
I can do sniffing and hearing.
I also have a good swim speed, which is super helpful. here.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, we can divide and conquer, because we have. Huh?
Oh.
What just happened?
Anastasia just gave Mortis a crit.
No.
Rest in peace, Anastasia.
Rest in peace, Anastasia.
From the beyond. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know how to
Thanks,
spell
Kitty.
it, so I just went with the common spelling for Anastasia.
That's fine.
Thank you, Anniek.
The bats, thank you.
For the bats. Friggin' bats.
But like I said, divide and conquer, like, because we know we're starting around the inn, but we're
Yeah.
trying to pick up a dead trail. So if we like, because there's 3 of us good at the sniffing part, if we sort of go in thirds around it, we have a bigger chance of actually finding the trail.
Mm-hmm.
So we're each taking a section.
Yeah.
Starting from the inn.
Go ahead and.
This
for
is
those
why
of
I
you
don't
that
play
are
low intelligence characters. I just can't.
For those of you that are sniffing, you may roll for that.
Oh,
18 for me.
26.
Dirty 20.
Okay, I'm sorry, LD, that was 26?
26, yes.
Fantastic. Summer, kind of Mortis, along for the ride, as your 3 companions kind of are picking up this decayed flesh scent, which again is diminishing, by the moment. It's harder to pick up, but with rolls like that, you got it. It seems like they're leading, obviously out the main door to the tavern. And before long, you are being led out of town. It's this hard-packed dirt, like I mentioned at the beginning, so you're not getting a lot of footprints or anything like that in the dirt. But you are tracking this scent, this sickly sweet human decay, out into the fields themselves. And that's when it gets harder. And Ash, it kind of drops off a little bit for you, especially at a certain point where you're picking up regular human smell, living human smell, not decay, but like sweat and like that scent when like human body odor meets leather. And you're kind of picking that up in conjunction with this decaying smell. Allisynn, Luna, you're still picking up the kind of mixture of it. And they kind of break off into these 3 distinctive patterns where some of the human and the decay goes off in one point, and they kind of pitchfork out from there with 2 other points as well, all leading towards the tree line to the northeast. And it takes time to sniff things out. Even like bloodhounds take their time to pick up a trail, and it can be lost at certain points, picked up at others. You are noticing as you're walking through some of this lower grass that it has been walked on recently. Tracks are hard to determine. Are these sheep hoof prints? Are these human feet? I'm going to have everybody go ahead and make a perception check. We're getting to just about the point where the sun is dipping below the horizon at this point.
Can I do investigation instead? Or is this specifically perception?
This is hearing-based perception.
Gotcha.
Oh, I have advantage on those.
Yes.
I always have advantage on those.
18 total for me.
24.
I'm using one of my advantages.
Can I use an advantage on my advantage?
Sure.
I don't see why not.
If both of my rolls were trash.
You can keep using them. They're yours. Yours to use.
I'm going to use my advantage on mine also.
Can't take them with you.
18.
Look, I rolled a 2 and a 3. I needed to do something.
Yeah.
19.
26.
In the end.
Okay. all of you are able to hear a very distinct, high-pitched whistle coming from further to the northeast, slightly over a slope, just as the sun dips below. And it is very quickly that you hear, along with that whistle, the sound of bleeding sheep, plural and singular. What would you all like to do?
Ask the DM if we can have that bio break because we're gonna go late, and this sounds like we're about to start a fight, and it will be awkward
we are going to go late
in the middle of a fight.
Yes, that is fair.
It happens all the time.
But yes, let's go ahead and take a bio break.
Teacher, may I use the bathroom, please?
No, we're going to finish this fight. Yeah, we'll take a 5-minute break. We'll be right back because we're going to go a little bit long for this one. So thank you all for hanging out for the frickin' bats. We'll be back real quick. Do the things.
Frickin' bats!
Be right back.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Oops, All Lycanthropes. It Takes a Monster. It's a one-shot charity. We're raising money for frickin' bats. So definitely check out our donation thing because there's incentives, lots of them, as we get to the final part of our story here. Our party of all lycanthropes has tracked these mysterious scents and marks to the herding fields where the sheep are, and just over the crest of a small hill they have heard a whistle that they have been warned about that perhaps only animals or animal type beings like themselves can hear, along with the screaming of sheep, which if you've never heard sounds a lot like people screaming. What would you all like to do?
Addison.
would.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on myself.
Okay.
Which I need to write down somewhere. Yep, that's my current action.
What does
What does that
Gift of
do?
Alacrity do?
It gives me fuck ton of initiative bonuses.
Okay. All right, yeah, we're
I
not in
need to-
initiative just yet, but yes.
No, but it is on
yeah.
my next initiative roll. I get bonuses, and if I
Sure.
do manage to go first, I can rip out their throats. So I
There
would
you-
like to go before them because
There
I
you
would
go.
like to rip out their throats.
Okay. So Gift of Alacrity is cast. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to cast...
Allisyn? Are you stretching, or are you getting ready to turn into an animal?
Oh no, Addison goes into her hybrid transformation at this point.
What does that look like?
Like the red hairs becomes fur as that starts to grow out. She doesn't actually get any bigger, just the muscles get leaner. Her snout gets longer, and the ears get bigger, and the claws extend, and the teeth get longer. Strangely enough, she gets to keep her armor on, and she's a badass.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
The tail sprouts out. She's got a fox tail. She's a fox. She's a
Of course
werefox.
she does. Werefox. Absolutely.
She still looks fabulous.
Fabulous and ferocious. Summer,
Terrifying.
what are you doing?
We determined that we can still spellcast in hybrid form.
In hybrid form, yes.
Okay. In which case, I mean, you know, the blood's pumping, the adrenaline's going. You gotta do it, right? Like, if not now, when? So she's gonna bulk up a little bit, and like her little fangly danglies are gonna come out a little bit. Her little crocodile fangly danglies, and gonna get a little bit of a scaly appearance, and her snoot might elongate a little bit.
Okay. So when we're talking transformations for you guys, are we thinking more like American Werewolf in London, where it's like bones popping and
I
like
haven't seen
parts elongated? You will tonight, apparently. Or
I
are we
like
talking?
I like the bone cracking slurping sounds rather than
It's my
the
least
golden
favorite.
mist nonsense.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
happening.
There's also the Van Helsing version where you like the wolf is within like tearing the flesh apart. Like that's the.
None of us are wolves, Derek. Please.
Well, an animal within.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
that you're like tearing your
Gotta be
skin
inclusive.
off like it's clothing. Yeah, you do. All lichens matter.
All lichens matter.
Oh no.
What have we done? What have we done?
Summer is because she's got her baggy clothes and is not wearing armor. She never did put it on because she's a were-crocodile. She doesn't give a shit. She grows into it, I think. If she goes full crocodile, she'll rip them off because I think it's just a size bigger.
Okay.
I had it.
I do also want to note that apparently all lichens matter. The hashtag for that just looks like Allicans matter. Allicans matter.
Yeah, and then she's taking off in the direction of the sounds.
Okay. So your war croc has gone running. Ash.
So the first thing I will do is I will go straight to my shoulder and pull off another patch from this cloak and throw it onto the ground. And as I do, I'm going to make eye contact with every person here, not for eating. And two large English mastiffs named Cinnamon and Sugar are now just here, and they're gonna hang out with us. I'm going to telepathically communicate to my familiar Ember to fly overhead and try and get a vibe check on where we are hearing this from, etc., etc., etc. And then finally, I will transform into my hybrid shape. So I will sort of, from beneath this black mass of torn robe, just slowly just grow larger and sort of grow into the robe, and grip my crossbow in one hand and a dagger in the other.
Okay. What Ember sees as Ember gets the bird's eye view, there is a flock of sheep, which seems to be corralled together as some large, elongated shape, very quadrupedal, but more limbs than what quadrupedal should have. It's walking on four, but there's two extra ones as well. And it seems to have these extra bulk, these extra spikes coming out of it. And it is appearing in one place on one side of the sheep, then the other, and is kind of corralling them and swiping at them with these really black claws. And it's kind of hard to make out even with the owl sight. Is it
a displacer beast?
It looks very much like a displacer beast, but there's something a little off about it.
Excellent. I love this.
Okay.
I'm going to start running over in that direction.
Okay. Mortis, are you also transforming?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use my action to go into my hybrid form. You see his nose widen up, and all of a sudden that septum ring makes more sense because it actually fits the nostril that it's on, and tusks grow out. His headband gets kind of torn as his dreaded hair kind of goes back into kind of spiny looking down his back.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I'd like to cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
At second level.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It looks like a bright moon-colored blade, a spectral blade with female, very luscious lash eyes that go down the blade.
Absolutely. And Lumna, you're the only one who has not changed. Would you like to at this point, or would you like to hold off?
No, I will change at this point. I just have to get that spell off first.
Yeah, you're all good.
I'm a little torn on what the size I'm gonna be. I'm trying to read through the PDF real quick.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. If I go hybrid, I'm medium, and if I go full cat, I can pick between medium and large, right? As a jaguar, you have options.
Yeah,
So
I would say because you're going with also palace cat, you could pick between small and medium for your full beast form as well.
Okay.
Since they're
because large seems a lot.
A large is like the size of a horse. That's a bit big.
Exactly.
That's
a bit much. In that case, I know a lot of people are going hybrid, but I will tear away my armor, which is definitely not Velcro. It's magic.
Oh yes.
And I will go full cat because I want the speed and I want the pounce.
Okay. Would you like to describe what a palace cat looks like for those people?
I would absolutely love to. So this adorable muffin of a terrifying halfling chucks her shield down. Her face flattens. They're very flat-faced cats. She sprouts this immense, thick fur all over her body because they're Arctic cats. She has the most perfect toe beans in the palest pink. Her eyes are big and not quite round, sort of almond-shaped, full of judgment. They always look pissed. And her fangs peek just a little bit over her little overbite. She can't hide her fangs quite well. And she'll go medium, so large dog.
Okay.
Very stout, very thick. I know a lot of people think cats are like sleek and cool. No, this is a chonk, but it's a buff chonk. This is muscle chonk.
Muscle chonk for sure. Okay. Everybody, as you are now running to crest this hill, go ahead and roll for initiatives.
I have so many bonuses to initiative. It is a little sad. No!
How did those bonuses go, Anniek?
I'm at 32, Derek.
Okay, 32.
I rolled a natural 20, so the alacrity spell feels a little wasted.
I got an 8.
I didn't even roll with advantage. I just put a 20 and I spent so much stuff on getting
shifted
bonuses.
time somehow.
I did.
Also, thank you. We are at 225.69 and
yes.
a random lycanthropic event, whatever that means at this point.
Oh no.
You know, I've got what that means. Okay, but we have to Batman it now. Okay.
Do you want me to put on a timer?
Please. Sorry. Please. If you could. For the sake of my throat, if you could please. Put on a timer for Batman.
Oh, Christ.
Okay, where were we?
I'm so happy about this.
What are the rest of your initiatives?
13 for Mortis.
Solid. Yeah.
11 for Allisynn.
23.
Ooh, geez.
Oh, wow.
I swear, if I'm going last, I'm gonna be sick.
You're not going last door. Summer, what was yours?
8.
So it was my parents get shot in front of me. I mean, what?
Oh.
Okay. Alright, so when you cross over this hill, there's a whole bunch of sheep. And then there's also this thing that's jumping all around. It's very spooky. Lumna, you're gonna go first. So, big old cat. Bounding towards them. Yeah. Well, Anniek's broken, so...
I want to take my full 40 feet over the hill. What can I see that I can kill? That is not a sheep, because the sheep are for after. The sheep are dessert.
Well, there's this thing that's jumping all around the place. And it's got these 4 legs. It's got these 2 things coming off the side of it. Also, well, you can kind of see with the cat eyes, because they're better. It's wearing armor. And you're like, oh no. Armor cat. You gotta be careful about cats, you know?
Absolutely perfect. I mean, I'm a cat and I have to drop my armor, so it feels deeply unfair.
Yeah, if anything, you're a cat woman, which is, I mean, kind of like, you know, wink, wink, right?
Yep, it definitely
There's
is.
also a killer croc. This is weirdly topical for
It really
the
is.
Batman voice.
I kind of wanted the croc to have like a little low-key. Anyway, I am deeply resentful that cat gets to wear armor and I don't. So
Yeah,
I
steal
would
that cat's armor.
Yeah, I want to fully charge that cat.
Great. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Perfect. Up more. 18. It's hard to do math when you make me cry.
I am very glad to say that as your paw comes down, your right paw, and it comes back up, you narrowly avoid a bear trap, which you've been hiding in this taller grass.
I mean, I knew
And you
they
come
brought
to-
them.
Yeah, and you come to see that there are a number of bear traps spread around that you are now dodging around as you go to charge this displacer beast. Go ahead and
Where
roll
the
for an attack.
For the people who haven't seen it, there is a video of a palace cat who's spotting a camera in his territory for the first time, and I just picture myself weaving through everything the way that palace cat weaves through the rocks to go look at that camera.
Perfect.
I will claw, obviously,
Okay.
because that's why I shifted. Stay here.
It's also shifting to the music cover.
19.
19 will hit. Go ahead and do
Perfect.
some damage.
Would you say I'm going first?
What do you mean?
I mean, does my go for the throat apply? Have they had a turn this combat that we weren't aware of?
They have not. No, this is
Perfect.
the beginning of initiative. Yeah.
I will also pour in a tiny bit of smiting.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will grab a d12, 2 d6s, and then smite. Where's my smite? There's my smite. Oh wow. Is it undead?
It is not. No, it's still alive.
Is it a fiend?
It's not. I don't think so. What's monstrosity.
I'll take it.
Like the criminals of Gotham.
Derek, if you'll do that announcement, then your timer is up.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely going to. Okay. Hey folks, because we've hit our certain goal. Thank you for that, by the way. We've got to give
While
away
you're talking like this.
for Richten's Guide to Lycanthropy. You can enter the giveaway. #Batman. Justice. So yeah, if you want to enter that,
20.
for
Okay.
the wonderful rules about these people to play lycanthropes, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Okay. Anniek, yes. Thank God.
28 damage.
28 damage. Woof.
On the first
Okay.
claw, I have two attacks technically.
Yeah, go for it.
Excellent. I will use my birthday crit on the second.
Go for it.
And I will also smite on the second, because why not at this point? I don't get the rip out the throat, but this will do. Oh, that'll definitely do. Oh god, 10 and 5 and 7 is 22, times 2 is 44?
Okay.
44!
44 damage. So what you can see is that this displacer beast is in fact wearing armor. It has this spiked leather armor on it. But you're smart enough that your claw attacks, your bite attacks, whatever you're using, are circumnavigating that armor and attacking the weak spots and going for the joints in the plates. And this thing is looking already incredibly rough, as it has not even really deigned on it that you're even there.
I mean, cat, surprise motherfucker. Also, I have
Surprise.
tearaway armor, so I know where the tearaway sections go, which is like the
Exactly.
weak points. Excellent. I
okay.
don't know who bought me my birthday crit, but thank you. This was fun. It felt good. It felt real nice.
Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand here and snarl at them because they shouldn't fucking wear armor. If I don't get to wear armor, they don't get to wear armor.
Next up in the order is Ash. You crest the hill, you see that Lumna has already done severe damage to what you determined to be a displacer beast. And Lumna, I should note that you also were able to circumnavigate the, or I should say circumvent is maybe a better word, the displacement aspect of this thing because you have blind sight.
Blind fight.
Yeah.
I know which feet are actually touching the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, is speaking a free action here?
Sure.
And we said we could sort of understand each other even in animal form?
More or less, yeah.
There'll be
You're all
a very
hybrids, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching my throat as a human, as Anniek right now, but in general, the werecat will growl something along the lines of "Watch the fucking traps."
Okay. So Ash, you have all heard that more or less. What are you doing? You're muted. Well then.
There we go. How close am I to the displaced beast as I come to the start of my turn?
So as you're kind of all cresting the hill, the displacer beast is about 20 feet out.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to quickly snap my head towards the two mastiffs.
Mhm.
I don't know how well trained they are, if they listen to me, or anything. But I'm just gonna give this one a shot. And I sort of turn to them, look for others. And I hope that if there's anything else around here, the dogs will find it. Otherwise, I will leave them to their devices and hope they don't step on any fucking traps. Please don't kill my dogs, Derek.
I'm gonna kill your dogs, Alex. I already apparently killed a cat. No, they circle around and go to look where there actually is some slightly taller grass and towards the tree line which you are near.
Yeah. So with that, as what I assume is a free action, I'm going to spend my action and pull my hand crossbow out from my cloak and fire a bolt off towards the displacer beast.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Can I use a regular advantage to cancel that out?
You certainly can. Yeah, it's the displacement feature, so it almost looks like it's shifting in space and time.
Yoo-hoo-hoo! 19.
Okay. Yeah, we'll hit.
Yep. So I pre-rolled the damage on that. That is going to be 10, 18, 23 points of piercing damage.
Where do you hit this thing to finish it?
I'd like to believe that it's just a nice, clean, right in the back of the head, just lights out.
Okay. Yeah, you very quickly, as Lumna has kind of torn into this thing, get it right where the head meets the spine, and just done. It is at this point that your dogs start to rustle something in the tall grass, and several figures begin to stand up, and that's what the rest of you see as we continue our initiative order. And you see several crossbows are all leveled at you.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action real fast?
You sure can.
Bonus action, dodge.
Okay.
Cutting action.
Let's see. Next up, Mortis. You have seen the displacer beasts go down. You have seen there are 6 figures that have stood up from the grass. 2 of them are very clearly carrying pole arms. 2 of them have crossbows leveled. And then there is a larger figure and another figure you can't quite make out. Well, you all have dark vision, right? So there's the hooded figure that you saw before, 2 individuals with crossbows with him, the mayor, and 2 guards.
Okay.
Can I back up a quick second?
Yeah.
So it turns out I can't bonus action dodge. I
Okay.
can bonus action hide. So can I dip back below the hill line and say that's hidden because I'm no longer in sight?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Brad. Then bonus action hide.
Okay. So Mortis, what would you like to do?
There's so many things that a cleric can do.
Mhm.
I'm going to use my divine sanctuary. And you see like twilight, a sphere of twilight emanate around me 30 feet out in every direction. And then I will use my bonus action to use my bright blade to hit the nearest figure that popped up. Dumb.
Okay.
Should not have popped up at me, bruh.
Yeah, the dogs flushed them out for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for attack. Are you hitting anybody in particular, or just the closest one?
Just whoever's the closest one. If
Okay.
it's that mayor, then
It will be one of the guards. The guards have kind of stood in front of the mayor with these pikes extending forward.
Of course they did. Of course they did. 26 to hit,
That will absolutely hit.
and that is spiritual weapon 2d8. $14 damage.
Okay. How do you take out one of the guards?
The blade swipes through, just making a bright light slice off. It's force damage, so it just throws him across.
Okay. Absolutely. Anything else for your turn?
That is it.
Okay. Let's see. And you were still standing at essentially the top of the hill, right?
Correct. Yeah, I want to move 30 feet in, but I'm not at a run, kind of a slow, so I'll take my
Gotcha.
half to make sure I don't trip a trap.
Okay. Then I will have you roll for a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
15?
A 15 unfortunately meets. So you are going to avoid the bear traps, but as your left foot takes a step, you feel this enclosure kind of around you, and this silver-tipped net is going to fully encapsulate you. So you are going to be bound in a net at the start of your next turn. Okay, Mortis. Allisynn, yes, it is your turn. What would you
All
like?
right.
You've just seen Mortis get netted.
Cool. That's fine. I'm very excited because this is a party now. Hooray.
Hooray.
Allisynn takes the claws that she's grown, scrapes them across her arms like this, and they light up on fire.
Okay.
And then I run towards one of the crossbow holders.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say you can definitely do that.
And take a couple swipes at him.
Okay. Allisynn, I will also give you this because of how high your insight is. The hooded figure
Uh-huh.
noticeably kind of backs off when they see the fire.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Go
You're
ahead
next.
and
You're
and
next,
make
bestie. Okay. All right.
your
So-
attack.
All right. So swipe number 1.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. That's not bad. This is a that would be 16 to hit.
Let me check right here.
One of the crossbows.
16 does hit. Yeah.
Fantastic. So that is going to be that is 5 points of slashing damage and 4 points of flame damage.
Okay, so 9 points total.
Yep, and then we're gonna do it again.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's even better. That's a dirty 20 to hit that.
Okay.
And we have let's see, that's 9 points of slashing and 4 points of flame damage.
All right, so 13.
Yep.
Yeah, guys looking real rough.
I just kind of grin at him in like a very fox-like, hey, bestie.
And there's this look of fear and pain on his face as he's just, monster!
Oh, that's not very nice.
All right. At this point, we are at the first round with the now one guard and one noble. The guard is going to try to attack Mortis, since Mortis kind of has tried to do, or at least Mortis has taken out one guard. The guard is going to try to do something to him. So the guard is going to take his spear and give it a good old toss at Mortis. And Mortis, you are restrained at this point. So that's going to be.
Oh, I should mention I totally took 4 points of damage myself on lighten up those claws.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be a 17 to hit. Mortis.
AC is 21.
Okay. As a boar as well.
As a boar. Yes.
As a hybrid. Okay.
Hybrid.
So even though. Well, actually, he does get advantage. That's right, because you were restrained.
Yeah, because I'm
that's not any better. Okay, so the spear, like a boar spear, actually goes to like pierce through the net and just kind of barely nicks. I mean, not even a paper cut on your toughened hide, and kind of bounces off. And the guard's kind of left there, essentially unarmed. He has like a sword at his hip, but just kind of like looks back at the mayor like.
You're gonna have to do better than that, laddie.
The mayor is going to draw his sword, his long sword, and is basically going to stand at the ready. He is not charging into the like meat grinder that is your party. So he's going to ready his turn to attack should anyone approach him. Okay, with that, it is now Summer. Your turn.
That's me. I would like to. How far away am I? Can I get within 10 feet of them?
Absolutely.
And still have my action?
Yeah.
I am going to angle myself, if possible, to gotta fix that real quick.
Hi back, it was me, sorry.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so I should note you can get within 10 feet of one of them, but not 10 feet within the other, because there's the mayor and his nobles, which are essentially off to your right, and then there's the strange hooded figure with his crossbowman off to the left.
Sorry, that was musical chairs with cameras. I would like to, I'm gonna bare my, crocodilian teeth.
Yes.
And, with my scaly face, and I think we've got the crocodile eyes going on too at this point.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just make a... I don't know what
Pretty
noise
good,
crocodiles really make, but I feel like
that's surprisingly close. Crocodiles and alligators can roar.
Yeah.
People don't know, man.
And just kind of do the fronting sort of,
Come at me, bro.
exactly a come at me, bro gesture, because I'm going to cast Fey Presence, and I would like to force them to make a wisdom saving throw, please. If I can angle that away from Mortis, that'd be great.
Which party are you targeting?
The noble and the guard.
Noble and the one guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
The mayor, I guess, is the...
yeah, he's using the noble stats.
Yeah. I would rather not
okay.
frighten my party members.
Wisdom save for the mayor is going to be a 21. Wisdom save for the guard is going to be 2.
Okay. Well, the guard is frightened.
Okay. They will act on that on their next turn. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. Nope, I'm where I want to be, so.
All right. Okay. All right. 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 All right With that, it is now the other group with the crossbowmen. So both of the crossbowmen now are at close range with Allisynn. So they're not really going to get a shot off there.
Ha.
Let's see. The one that is not engaged is going to take another shot at Mortis, since Mortis has been restrained. So that is probably not going to hit because that's only a 3. Where's my... There we go, my thug. Yeah, that's only a 5. Again, even Mortis, you can see like the spear that was thrown at you, this crossbow bolt that shot at you, and again kind of bounces off. You can see how they glint in this, this almost full moonlight. They are silver, but whether they're like reflecting off of the silver that's actually in the netting, or whether they just aren't like hitting right on you, they're not piercing properly. The other thug is going to try to take an attack at Allisynn. He is going to try to attack with his mace. No, boy, rolling like dog shit. That's only a 9 to hit. So again, you're way too close on him, and you've kind of thrown him off his whole vibe there. The final individual. Let's see what his whole deal is. Okay. He is going to attack you with this drawn battle axe that he has, which is silvered as well, that you notice. Okay, that is a 25 to hit. And that, yes, does hit. Okay, so you are going to take... let's see if I actually find dice. There we go. And... there we go. All right, that's 11 plus 4. You're going to take 15 points of damage from a silvered weapon as this axe cuts into you. Okay, that is it for their turn. We come back to the top with Lumna.
So many choices, so little time. How's the mayor looking?
Untouched, but rattled. One of his guards was killed in one hit. Yeah, and the other one, like, basically disarmed himself and is now deeply frightened. The mayor wasn't, like, scared away to running from Summer, but can kind of see, like, he's outmatched here. He expected this to go very differently.
Yeah. I'm so torn between, like, ripping him to shreds or... almost ripping him to shreds, leaving him alive enough to drag him to the town square, cast Zone of Truth on him, and have people ask him questions. And I'm leaning towards the second one, also because it would be funnier to watch him squirm rather than giving him an easy out. Certainly. So I would like to pounce him, but okay. I want to state that with every attack, I am aiming to not quite kill him. I'm willing to very nearly kill him. I have 25 points of lay on hands to bring him back and kill him again.
Okay.
At the end of this, he needs to be alive, and if he dies twice before that happens, that is cool with me.
Duly noted. He is going to take his prepared attack on you if you are approaching him like that, which is going to be an 11. I'm assuming
that is a miss, even as a cat.
So yes, he will take a swipe with his newly silvered sword, and miss spectacularly. Go ahead and roll for your attacks on this. He's wearing just a breastplate. It's very fancy, and yeah, you're probably gonna do.
Did I mention it's my birthday?
He has 9 hit points, Anniek.
I have 1 natural 20 and 1 unnatural 16 and 6.
Don't even roll. You have incapacitated this individual. You have eviscerated him in all the key points.
I will just completely disembowel him with the first attack and then lay of hands him back to life with the second.
Yeah, so like bleeding
kill
from all
alive,
the wounds,
kill
like,
alive.
Yeah, just like there's the spark of undeath in his eyes. He has seen where he is going when he dies, and it's not a good place.
I'll leave him there for like 2 rounds and then bring him back.
Yeah, we'll say he is sufficiently incapacitated. So
let him marinate in hell for a little bit. I never said I was for a paladin. I'm a very good paladin. You have to repent
in hell.
Yes, you have to repent. I'm a paladin. What did you expect? Sorry.
Okay. All right. Ash, it is your turn.
All right. So here's a question for you. What are the chances I can get to somebody in melee range by using my dash so I can like skirt around and not have to step into the bear trap zone?
Yeah. I'd say you could do that. You saw which way the dogs went, and you could probably follow that path.
Yeah. There's a frightened person next to Mortis. Is that correct?
There is a frightened person that is about to run away from the newly dead mare.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he threw its spear at Mortis, so it was a ranged attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that guy's frightened of Summer. And then there's the one crossbowman that Allisynn has engaged with, another one that has not been engaged with, and then the tall hooded figure.
I'll go for the tall hooded one. Where is he in relation to? Is it possible I could get? Can I get my owl to fly down and bug this guy out so I can come in and have an ally within 5 feet and sneak attack? Because my owl has flyby.
He also attacked Allisynn, so Allisyn's already within 5 feet.
Oh, okay, excellent. Then yes. Can I?
Yes, you can also have your owl pass.
Yeah, I'll come and bug him out so I can get advantage.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Okay. So I'm going to bonus action dash to sort of weave a safe path through the bear traps and around everything. And full sprint, I'm going to just charge this guy and fucking leap large giant rat incisors out and extended, making 1 of 2 bite attacks with advantage.
Okay. I will say that as Ember, the owl goes to attack this individual, they're able to pull back the hood, and what you all now see with your dark vision in this moonlight is a person stitched together from other people. This is a flesh golem, and is absolutely the smell of decay that you all were able to pick up from before.
As I'm jumping and moving through the air, unable to change my course of action, I deeply regret making this a bite. Every part of me is like, why did I have to do this?
You're going to be brushing your teeth for weeks.
This is absolutely, like, the eyes are from different people. The jaw is stitched down the middle, so it's 2 different parts of 2 different jaws, and that's just what you can see on the face. There is, quite a bit of reforming that has been done here, but absolutely, go and make your attack.
All right, so that was going to be a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and so this will be with 3d6 and 1d4.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be 8, 9 plus 5, so 13 points of piercing damage for the first hit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make a second attack because I can do the hybrid bite twice. In 1 turn. And for this one, for the extra damage, I'm going to use the crit that Chris bought me.
Okay.
Yeah. So that will be 2d4 plus 5.
Okay.
10 damage total.
All right. Well done. Okay. With that, is there anything else for your turn? Anything you want the dogs to do?
Yeah. Can I get one of the dogs to pester the other person that Allisyn's working on?
Yes, we will say that that will grant Allisynn advantage on her next attacks and provide disadvantage should that person live past their last turn. Not likely.
And I've already used my bonus action, movement. Yep, I'm good.
Cool. With that, Mortis, you are bound in the netting. If you would like to break free, it is a strength saving throw.
Strength?
Yes.
All right.
Or I suppose you could always attack it. You can always attack a net with your any slashing damage that you might have.
I don't want to waste my action. A 16?
A 16 just does it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just pull the ropes apart and jump down, brandishing my my moon touched blade. Or no, I'm just gonna run at him. So who's the closest? Yeah, because I don't know weapon. I'm a hybrid. So where is the closest person that's not engaged?
Yeah, if you were to, probably from where you are, it's going to be the other crossbowman who fired at you last. He's the only person that's like still facing you. The hooded, well, now not hooded, flesh golem, and the other crossbowmen have both engaged with Allisynn, and Ash has also leapt to attack the flesh golem. So all of them have kind of dealt with. The other guard, which is a little bit further away, has kind of been scared by Summer. So the one crossbowman is the only one that's not like face to face with somebody.
Oh, and he made a wrong decision to come at me. And he's going to use his charge and run 15 feet straight ahead for 2d6 extra damage.
Sure.
So, and I'm gonna, let's see, make sure I get him. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And I'm gonna use, well, I should just use my crit. I'm just going to use my crit. Thanks, Anniek. Yeah, I'm going to use my crit. So forget that 23, but yeah.
I like to share with my party.
16 times 2. So 32 damage.
32 damage.
From just a boar running. Yep.
Exactly the number of hit points that a thug stat has.
I'm gonna pick him up with my tusks.
Yeah,
and
absolutely
just rip him apart, viscera all over my face.
Wonderful. Yeah, you all see as the tusks go through and then split at the weak points in this this body. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, I do have my. I'm gonna hit the golem with my spiritual weapon if I can.
Yeah,
as a bonus action.
Yeah.
13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay, the blade just. And that's
all
it.
All right. Allisynn, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna, after seeing the flesh golem, first of all, question: do I know if flesh golems have blood in them?
It's kind of hit and miss whether they do or not. It's flowing blood, rarely. These are constructs.
Okay.
But like, do they have like little sacs where fluids congeal? Yeah, sometimes.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna boop my crossbow friend on the nose with just one claw and say, I'll be back for you later. Don't try and hit me. And I'm going to scamper off to go deal with the flesh golem.
Okay. I was going to say, they both engaged with you melee-wise, so you can essentially just turn, and you've got a flesh golem.
Okay. Well, I would like to do a little bit of a
You got a scamper, sure.
Yeah.
It's not going to mechanically get you a attack of opportunity, or opportunity attack. Right?
Okay. Just because like that gives me a little more AC, really.
Absolutely.
It's an actual thing that I can do. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's what you do have scamper. That's right.
I do, actually. That's a werefox mechanic. Yes. So my AC is now 18. I'm just going to put that out there. Just because I'm like cute and stuff. And then I am going to, for my bonus action, like kind of point out my claw and scrape my arm down to point at the flesh golem. And it's like, we're going to dance. As I activate the blood curse of the marked, and that's amplified, so I'm gonna take a little bit of damage. Oh, good, that's only one. That's fine. But now, until the end of my turn, whenever I hit the cursed weapon, cursed creature, I get additional cursed right damage, and then also the attack roll is at advantage as well.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Let's try and hit this guy. Oh, those were both really good rolls. So that's like an 18 plus 5 to hit him.
That will hit.
Great. With the flaming claws, because he seems scared of me. Which is, there we go. Okay, so that is 6 points of like regular slashing damage and 8 points of flame damage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna hit him again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just for fun, well, we'll see how this goes real quick. I'm gonna use one of my advantages that I have not used from the chat. Thank you, chat. Because that's not gonna work. That's much better. So that's a 23 to hit.
Yep.
All right, and we're gonna do that again. Except I don't think until the end, whenever I hit. So this actually still gets the crimson, but the additional hemocraft. Perfect. Oh, that is heckin' terrible. That's fine. 4 points of slashing and 7 points of flame damage.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Looking very rough, especially you'll note the flame damage.
Yeah.
Is looking pretty rough on this. Frankenstein's monster's scared of fire. It's mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that, anything else for your turn?
No, I believe that's it. I'm just like sitting here, claws on fire, holding them up in front of me. Like,
Absolutely.
Don't you love my manicure? It's great.
You were literally a firefox.
Yep.
Always. Okay. It is the one guard's turn now. After watching his boss just get absolutely eviscerated and then kind of brought back and then eviscerated again. After seeing the other one get hit and die with one shot, he looks at Summer, like almost reaches for his sword, and then just runs off into the field. Like not even towards the town, just as far off into the field as he can possibly. He is absolutely terrified. That's it for that turn. Summer, what would you like to do?
I don't want to shoot him in the back. Seems rude.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, listen to the Anniek on your shoulder. Yeah, you do.
Commit the war crime. Do it.
Commit the war crime.
You look down at the palace cat that's like, huh?
Yeah.
Gonna let him get
For
away?
fuck's sake, Summer.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Mikyl.
There's still someone else up though, right?
Technically, no. One of the thugs with the crossbow is still up, and but they're on the other side of combat from you, and the flesh golem. They're the only two still up, besides the fleeing guard.
I don't feel good about the flesh golem. I don't.
Nobody feels good about the flesh golem.
Can I
The DM says fleeing guard. I'm hearing witness.
I'm
hearing co-conspirator.
It's like when you pull a twine in front of a cat and you're pulling it away from it and the cat just like leaps after it. Yeah, you don't want the stuff that's close to you. Can I
Except replace house cat with crocodile.
I just want to auto crit my Eldritch Blast on the flesh golem.
Yeah. You may do so. All your blasts? All of them? Don't want to spare one for that guard with like 8 hit points? It's a war cry.
I'll split it with the crossbow one.
The other thug? Okay.
Can it be a
sorry,
war
11
crime
hit
if you're
points.
not at war?
Pretty sure.
Valid question.
So that's 6. What am I doing for crits? Is it?
You can double damage or roll double the dice. I really don't mind either. They both have their ups and downs.
Okay, so 16 for the flesh golem. And
16 will not hit. Or do you have to?
on an auto crit?
Or it's an auto crit. Never mind. I thought you were rolling for attack, so it's damage.
No, I'm rolling damage. Sorry, 6.
Okay,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, Ida, good girl.
Cats.
And a 9 for the crossbow one.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, the crossbowman is still standing by what you would all, your best medical opinion would be 1 hit point. That's what he's dead. And the flesh golem is not looking too particularly hot themselves. With that, it is the flesh golem's turn. They have, or I'm sorry, was there anything else for your turn, Summer?
No, that is it for me.
Did you literally say the flesh golem wasn't looking too hot as it's taking fire damage? Is that what we're doing here?
Sure did. And it is 2 bolts that you had
Yes.
as a warlock. Okay, want to make sure because I know warlocks get more at certain levels. Cool. Flesh golem, now being attacked on nearly all sides, is going to swing out with his silvered sword. It's going to take 1 attack on Allisynn, 1 attack on Ash. And let's see, he would get advantage otherwise, but actually gets disadvantage because of the recent fire damage. So it kind of just cancels out. So for Ash, that is going to be actually it's the same for both. It's rolled 2 9s, so 17 and 17.
Does not hit.
Doesn't hit, Ash?
It's going to hit me, but can I uncanny dodge that?
You sure can. Okay. So in that case, Ash, you are going to take... let's see, it's 13 points of slashing damage.
Damn, that would have been rough if I didn't dodge that.
Okay, and that's really all he's gonna. Well, I guess there's one more thing he can do here. So he is going to see if he can rage against the dying light here. Not an ability, and also not something he got. He has a berserk feature, which you have lowered his hit points enough to activate that.
Oh,
all right,
cool.
Lumna, the flesh golem is still standing. There is one thug that is still standing, barely. There is the fleeing guard.
Someone is running.
Yes.
Yes. Lumna is crouched down a little bit, butt in the air, tail twitching, pupils the size of dinner plates.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a hop, a bounce, and a pounce. Because someone is running, and I've tasted blood, and they will be going down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I don't have a problem. I can quit murdering whenever I want.
Whatever you want. I will take this murdering time to welcome some of our raiders and remind you all that we are raising money for the freaking bats. If you would like to donate, you may do so through the donate command right there. And we have incentives along the way. We are just about wrapping up, but hey, those incentives still go a long way.
I have a very sad 13 to hit.
I believe a very sad 13 still does hit.
Oh, great. Then the less sad 25 will also hit.
Sorry, the 13 does not, the 25 will. They have an AC of 16 because they have this would be a 14 because they're not carrying the shield anymore.
You know what? Considering the fact that he's triggered just about every murder instinct I have, I will also be smiting this particular person.
Absolutely fair. He has 11 hit points. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to make sure he goes down, you know?
Absolutely. Yes. 100%.
Mine's on the floor. I can't reach it. There we go. Well, I beat 11 hit points, if that's what we were.
Fantastic. Do you want to describe how you...
Yes, I would like to describe my war
please,
crime.
Please.
So as he is fleeing for his sad, miserable life, unaware of me about to end his pathetic existence, there is the butt wiggle, the giant pupils. You can't really see the charge because I'm too fast at this point, but you can definitely see the radiant claws that just sort of to just go through the rib cage, the kidneys, the lungs,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
just eviscerate on the back.
Beautiful and horrifying all at once. Anything
I
else for your
have
turn,
a
Lumna?
reputation to maintain.
You sure do. Beautiful and horrifying. That's unique. Anything else for your turn?
I'm just gonna lick my claws.
Yes, absolutely. Ash, we have come back
Fucking
around
delicious.
to your turn.
All right, so Flesh Golem is not looking too great, right?
Correct.
What, in my professional estimation, do I think that the Flesh Golem would do better or worse for my bite versus my dagger?
What does your bite do? What's the
Bite
damage?
is just a natural weapon, 1d4, same damage. I'm just wondering if there are like any immunities I need to worry about.
You're definitely picking up on the same thing that Allisynn was, that like fire's doing a heftier thing. You're definitely also getting like your bite isn't sinking as far into like this toughened, almost leathered skin. It's almost like they are wearing armor, and there's a sort of magical aspect to the reanimation. That is to say that there are resistances to physical damage that is not necessarily magical.
Sure, gotcha.
So yeah, unless your bite is considered magical,
Don't
it would
believe
be about
it
the same.
is, so I'm trying to see what I could do that would be most effective. Yeah. But he's not looking too great, is that correct?
He is not. No, looking pretty rough.
All right, fuck it. Let's just hope that sneak attack. Yeah, let's just hope that. Wait, let me check one feature real fast. And what size category is the Flesh Golem?
I believe it's just medium. Yeah, medium.
Okay, damn it. I can't use Fury of the Small. Yeah, and has the crossbow guy been hit?
Not this round, I don't believe. Or maybe, yes, I think, who did? No, not this round. Yeah, because you're only second in the order. But crossbow guy has like 1 hit point.
Okay. No, fuck it. I'll throw a dagger at the crossbow guy.
Okay.
Is
Go
he
ahead
still
and,
technically with it? Yeah, actually, no. It doesn't matter if I do sneak attack or not. So yeah, I'll just throw a dagger in his direction.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that.
Ah, bitch. That's a 2.
2 and gonna do it.
Can I give my last advantage to Ash
Sure, why not?
to deal with fucking crossbow guy?
Right.
Roll better than a 2, please, Alex. You can do it.
All right, 18.
Thank
18
you.
will do it.
So I
yeah,
like to
crossbow guy's
imagine,
final breath is, "My name was Gregory."
I like to imagine that what happens is I pull the dagger out and I throw it. And to represent the 2, it doesn't hit him blade first, it hits him like handle, like pommel first. But he's just so injured that just like blunt force trauma takes
That's
him out.
all it took. Yeah.
So there's just a solid thud.
Yeah, right in like the temple, right where it counts. Yeah. You well done. You've offed this poor crossbowman guard, or this thug who has been hanging on for rounds now.
And I would like to bonus action disengage and move out of melee range of the flesh golem.
You got it. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
If I can get the dogs and or the owl to fuck with the flesh golem to give advantage to the next strike, that'd be great.
You got it. Speaking of Mortis, there is 1 combatant left. You have, I'm assuming, shuffled this other thug off of your tusks, and there's a flesh golem before you.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then he's within 40 feet of me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do my charge with 2 tusk attacks.
Okay.
21
Yes.
and a 23.
Yeah, both
One of
those will
them
hit.
gets the 2 extra d6. That's my running charge. 2 2s and 2 1s? What the hell? So that's just 6. All these die, and you hurt
6
my
damage?
feelings. Yeah, 6 damage, and
Okay.
then he's gonna just hit him with another. So that's 5.
So even
And
as you're
then-
charging, there's a lot more weight than it feels like should be here. Where you like lifted the other guy up before, this one is kind of like feet dig into the dirt and it's kind of like catching you as much as you're pushing.
I don't know what your name is, Larry, but you're going down.
And he's going to bonus action hit him with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
22 to hit. Ooh,
I'll do it.
man. I'd never roll this good. Shit.
Where are those rolls when you play Wiesen?
I know. It's because there's so many D6s. I hate D6s. And they hate me. 10, 16 damage. No. Yep. 16 damage on that blade just sinks right into his clavicle and just slides out slowly.
As you finish this flesh golem, and as you've said, I don't know what your name is, Larry or Laddie, as Chad
Interchangeable.
Yes. He looks at you in this very like cacophonous kind of voice, says, I have many names. I am made of everyone that monsters like you killed. And the blade sinks in. Man, it's ruined my throat. Give me one. Fuck,
It was
killed
all
me
that
for some-
Batman.
It was. Batman destroyed my throat. Wolf, don't put that on the pillow. Anyway,
Eva, where are you doing to that cat fight? God.
yeah, thanks for
I'm
giving
not
us a
sure-
sacrifice.
Like put it behind a paywall.
Anyway, so you are able to finish off this flesh golem. We are going to stop music as combat ends.
Just as a little bit of flavor, can I just rake my claws, the flaming claws, through the body of the flesh golem? Just as
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I
we
mean,
decimate this.
Yeah.
Every stitch is taken out very quickly.
Like,
you
and then
do
the
that.
flames
I'm
go
playing
out.
with the mayor.
Just
Anniek's
patting
over
him
here
around.
committing like actual war crimes, and LD's here like, hey, is it okay if I just flavor this a little bit to be also horrific?
But I'm playing with the mayor, okay? We lay on hands to bring him back to 1, you bob him back to hell. You wait 2 rounds, you bring him back to 1, you bob him back to hell. You give him hope, and then you take it away.
In the final action of the flesh golem, he reaches into his hooded cloak and grabs a piece of parchment and kind of like crumples it into his hand and just kind of falls with it outwards in his hand, exposed. How would you all like to wrap up
that's a
your
curse. That's bad.
I'm playing with my food, I'm not reading shit.
Don't lick
fair
that.
enough, yeah.
I'll pick it up and read it. I'm nosy.
Ash.
Yep. I was about to say, I'm counting on Ash for this one.
Ash,
Summer
you
crocs out
uncrumple-
more. With his
You're right.
stress.
As you uncrumple this piece of paper, and it says, if you are reading this, if you are able to, monster, you have won this round. There will be many more like this one, and many more rounds. This will never be over. We will always hunt you. You are never going to be safe. And at the very top is just a black circle. And it is signed by the... What did I call it? Where is it? There we go. It is signed by the Order of the Black Moon, the OBM.
Oh, sorry. I don't like them.
And then we can absolutely say that Luma's plan to parade the mayor into town, along with potentially a Displacer Beast if you want to. Luna, if you want to take the Displacer Beast's armor, sure,
Yes!
why not?
Of course I do.
Cat
Do you
armor.
want to take the mayor into town because Zone of Truth? He reveals the plot all along, that you all were brought here to be hunted, that he sacrificed a few sheep so that he could get some gold from the Order of the Black Moon, that they lured you all here under these false pretenses because their main goal is to kill what they believe to be monsters like you. The town then realizing that they themselves are a little bit monster here and there, a werebear as their blacksmith, a would-be necromancer at their trading post, a so-called hag that they received their medicine from. All these people who are really people at the end of the day. They're not monsters. And the mayor, you then realize, is the most monster of them all. And should you choose to, you can leave him to their justice or deal out your own. But the mayor's daughter, Olga, makes sure that the gold that he promised is given to you. And we can say that you leave Nepatska. Different than you found it. And you go on to whatever lies in store for all of you next.
And that was a fun time.
I know, right? That was good.
For the bats.
For the bats.
For the bats.
For the bats. And
It
the
does feel
Batman
like a
voice.
little prologue. Like this is totally like the third campaign on this channel now. It's just,
Yes, please.
Oh, God. Maybe.
I can do one-shots.
I did throw in LD's got time constraints.
We will
I
point
did
out
throw
this
in
is
a
the
hint
time
towards
frame for one of the campaigns.
It is.
Also
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
next season we'll go every other week.
I did throw in a hint towards a future campaign on this channel, which I'm kind of messing with the name with, but is currently being called Thornwall, which is a horror type game. Which you're above the city of Thornwall. That's why I threw it in. But there will be more monstrous opportunities there. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We went an hour and a half over. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks to my players for sticking around. Honestly, it's their fault for all the bullshitting.
I don't know what else you expected, frankly.
Honestly, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to throw in all these little plot twists and mysteries they'll uncover, and then they're, yeah.
And then we
We
went
go
and
for
had
every
vodka.
hook. Every hook.
Yeah,
We are the
hitting on the mayor's
disasters.
daughter, pretending to be ghosts. Yeah, it's nonsense. Okay, thank you all in our chat, our viewership for donating for the bats. We really do appreciate bats are such important animals, and thanks to Anniek for picking this wonderful charity to donate to. All your money is going towards a great cause, and you got a fun time out of it. As we go to sign off here, personal thanks from Eva and myself from Sword and Key to our fantastic players. I'm going to have them say a little bit more about themselves, where you can find them, all that good stuff. So Anniek, again, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
If you wouldn't mind starting us out.
I would not. Hi, my name is Anniek. You can find me on Twitter when I remember it exists, and I'm not just using it to raise my blood pressure. And other than that, honestly, at this point, you can find me here, where I run horror stuff, as I farm out all the administrative stuff to Eva, and I just scare people and try to make them cry. Yeah, if I'm on any other channels, I usually post about it on my Twitter. I'll just hop around. Technology scares me, even though I work in IT, so I never run my own channel. I just guessed. It's the best of both worlds. And I have a slight gothic streak, and I really deeply love bats. So thank you to everyone who donated. I am very much surprised and impressed by how much we raised. I would have been happy if we got to the 100. And more than doubling that is an amazing birthday present, and I am very happy. And also thanks to my co-players and to Derek, who actually put this together for me, because he knew I was having a really shit week. And this was absolutely one of the most fun things I've done in many days. So thank you to everyone as well.
Fantastic. Thank you, Anniek. Let's see, Alex.
Ah, shit, that's me. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. I'm not really doing a whole lot right now for a variety of reasons, but a lot of them have to do with having moved to a new city and starting a big kid job and all of that stuff. But I still do guests from time to time on wonderful, amazing RPG platforms, such as this one. So yeah, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, I occasionally update my Twitter, which is at PhoenixAxolotl. And I'd like to say thank you to Anniek for being born. Truly excellent decision on your part. 10 out of 10. And yeah.
Great. Thank you, Alex. All right. Next up, LD. We'll knock off the left side of the page.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. I'm LD. You can find me everywhere that's important on The Lady Dame, at The Lady Dame. That's both on Twitter and Twitch. I'm a late night variety streamer here on Twitch. I stream Sunday nights. In fact, I think I'm starting Dracula tonight, reading that aloud. If you needed a late night story time, that's at 9 p.m. Pacific. On Mondays, at noon Pacific, I stream Mass Effect for some midday Monday Mass Effect because I love alliteration and also Mass Effect. We just finished up the suicide mission for Mass Effect 2, so we're heading into all of the fun DLC, so that's a good time. If you want to hear really, really in-depth thoughts about my particular shepherd and just lore in general, that's a good place to hang out. And then I also stream on Tuesday nights where I play indie games and visual novels, also 9 p.m. Pacific on Twitch, on the Twitchy thing. A couple of things I mostly am doing like guesting and stuff. I am going to be in a podcast. It's going to be coming out at some point in the next year. Again, if you're a big BioWare fan, you might want to stay tuned for that because it's a Dragon Age game. And I will be over on Friends Who Roll Dice in their upcoming charity campaign sometime soon. I'm not sure of the dates because I can't remember anything. But most importantly, I recently wrote a TTRPG. If you love bats or gothic vampires who go to magical schools, I recently wrote a Honey Heist hack called Stup Flaming Preps based on the legendary My Immortal fanfiction that currently is only up on my fan house. It will be published, however, at the end of the month. But before that, Eva has so kindly agreed to run a game for us on my channel. And in fact, there is a form that I'm gonna, since I'm a mod, I can post in the links right now. If you're interested, we're looking for players. It's gonna be sometime at the end of the month. There's a couple of days that we're tossing around. So if you're available for any of them, it is, however, and I'm sorry, Anniek, it's gonna be at night here in the Pacific Coast. So I'm sorry, the vibes are wrong if it's not. So there's that.
I do also want to ask, you did say gothic, right? Not gothic. But
I said gothic. Gothic.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
There's something, it's totally different, especially if you love bad, terrible fan fiction. That's all. It's gothic. So yeah, that's a thing. That I believe is so Eva's gonna be running that on my channel at the end of the month. I am gonna make it a charity stream. We just haven't picked the charity yet, so suggestions are welcome. Maybe it'll be also for bats. Who knows? All right, and I believe that's everything for me.
Beautiful, wonderful, lovely. Yes, and it is important. It is the Lady Dame, not just a Lady Dame. Better than that. Okay, Mikyl, happy birthday to you too.
Hi, thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval on Instagram and Twitter. I put art up there. I put some things, and then I just retweet. You can find me here every weekend, Saturdays, playing Horizon's Call with Proximus Midnight, again DM'd by the wonderful Derek. And then on Sunday, Vizen with the wonderful Anniek, who I share a birthday with, which we didn't know until today. So that was fun. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Thanks for tuning in. This has been great.
Yeah. And as always, thank you to Mikyl for doing the character art for our for both Vizen and Horizon's Call campaigns, and a lot of the art that you will see on the channel and the Discord, all that kind of stuff very soon. And also, now that you know Mikyl and Anniek's birthday, dox them. You just have to guess their age. No, okay, Eva, wouldn't mind finishing it out here.
I mean, technically, I think you go after me, so that'd be your job.
I sure do.
But yes.
Yeah, well,
Hi, hello, I'm Eva. I am the other half of Sword and Key. We are still kind of polishing things up around here, but I'm really excited with everything that we've kind of started this new iteration of the channel out with so far, and I'm really glad that we were able to raise bat funds with our weird lycanthrope crew. You can find me here, pretty much. I say that immediately after LD saying that I will be over on her channel, which is true. That will be a very exciting time.
It's out loud. It's out there universe now.
yeah. It's a real thing that's happening. I will also be producing, I think, Tuesday's game for Play Cancer Way of Scion. And then in November, LD, if you have the date, that's cool. If not, I sure don't. I will be producing over on Friends Who Roll Dice. I believe it's on their channel. Another charity game. So that will be exciting. And yeah, you can find me on my usual Twitter. Derek, go
Fantastic.
for it.
That is me. Yes. Hi. Hello, everybody. Thank you again for donating. Again, happy birthday to Anniek. Happy birthday to Mikyl. Thank you for joining us for the longer time that we went. Again, my name is Derek Sword. Yes, that is my real last name. Yes, it is awesome. No, you can't have it. Best place to find me, my projects, all that kind of stuff, is Twitter at dsword16. Yeah, you can also, to that note, follow our Sword and Key Twitter. It's Sword and Key, all spelled out with underscores separating the three words. Let's see, the main plug that I had written down was for this game. So other than that, I'm just putting my whole ass into this this channel right now. So I run Horizons Call, which is every Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Mykyl's in that, Eva's in that. It's an oceanic homebrew campaign set in the world of Mortis, which I created. It's kind of a piratey sort of campaign where they've already killed a Kraken demigod. So where are they going to go from here? I don't know. Come watch, find out. They've had a really nice couple of days of like shopping episodes, so it's time for me to literally burn that all down. Let's see. Other than that, yeah, I'm a podcaster. I'm a TTRPG streamer. I'm a voice actor. I'm always looking for more work and always doing auditions. So if you ever need anything along those lines, hit me up. Okay. All that said, folks, that is a charity stream. Eva, do we do the giveaway?
$25 for bats.
$225
for
bats.
bats.
Did
Amazing
we
work,
do the
everyone.
giveaway?
We did do the giveaway. I did remember to end it before the stream ended.
Fantastic.
Yes.
You'll have to see it. Who won? I missed
Anniek.
that. Anniek. Oh, Anniek, congratulations.
Yes.
I did. I'm giving it away to Swapper, who was in the Uncaged campaign
Yes.
that LD was also in, because they have a deep and occasionally disturbing love for lycanthropy.
What's
I
that
don't know what
like?
you're talking about.
I
don't know
know,
anything about
right?
that.
So I will be forwarding my winner. I literally entered because I thought, oh, Swapper would love this.
Fantastic. All right. Well, folks, again, from these wonderful people, from myself, from Sword and Key, thank you. We will see you again very soon. Take care of yourselves.